Hello, everybody. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome in. It's your host Tati, and also I am joined by Papa. What's going on, Papa?
Good evening. Not a lot. I'm ready. We had some great races on Thursday. I want the same thing tonight and don't expect anything less. So
That's
I'm
exactly
ready.
what I'm looking for as well. I mean, it's round two already of the league that we're doing commentary on here, the VIP Championship League, and I'm excited to be here. We got two great races. We've got one at Circuit du Gilles Villeneuve, and then we have one at Daytona. But we're actually not gonna go straight to the on-track action. We have the AOJ here with us, who will basically tell us more about what he's got going on in his team and everything. Just a treat to have you here. AOJ, how's it going?
Hello, this thing on?
Nah.
How you guys? How you guys doing?
Doing
Good, we're
good.
good. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, so we were talking about this a little bit off camera here, but you mentioned that you were gonna start off by telling us more about yourself, and that's exactly where we would like to go with this. So AOJ, take the stage. Soapbox.
All right, let's go. Soapbox, here we go. So I mean, I know that many people may not know who I am, so that's perfectly fine. I'm nobody, anybody, anyway. But so name the AOJ. You may know me on PSN as Shimetsu. In daily races. So my background in terms of kind of sim racing and just race and games in general. So I mostly come from like a competitive video game background. So I started competing in like Street Fighter and Soul Calibur back in my day. So uh which
Okay.
were awesome days. But then, I'll say probably probably about 2017, 2018, when I found sport, because before then I was loosely in some leagues here and there, like in Toka Race Driver 3 with my old UK racing team. But
Nice.
it was really sport that I kind of came to fruition into the sim racing realm, and started on controller and whatnot. But around that time, kind of we so where I work, or I work in the broadcast industry. Kind of short story here in terms of kind of a background. Back in 2018, 2019, I work which is ESPN. I'll just say it, ESPN. We were covering Evo, and it was something where we're kind of all watching it on the big screen at work, and everyone's like, what is this, what is this? I mean, obviously coming from a competitive background, I kind of know what it was. So I'm following along here, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And it was that moment right there where I had the idea to pitch the Gran Turismo World Series we covered on air.
Nice.
So I
Good
actually
call.
took the I took the proposal to our biz dev at the time, the guy who was actually responsible for getting Overwatch on air. I talked to him, and from there, my proposal basically it consisted of basically going out to getting like World Series drivers, getting YouTubers kind of in the background, and try to provide the proposal with some people with some expertise. Unfortunately, that never came to fruition, but that's kind of how, in the background, in the kind of background of the GT Sport, GT 7 realm I've been in. So, been able to talk with a lot of racers and kind of YouTubers um, and World Series drivers in the background. So that's kind of my background.
Impressive. Very impressive. I didn't know any of that. I'm impressed, AOJ.
Hey, keyword background.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that either. For those of you who are watching who don't know what we're talking about here, so the Gran Turismo World Series, and I think they have another couple of names. Honestly, I've not been keeping up, but basically those are the official Gran Turismo sort of ranked championship events. So drivers who run daily races and special event races and stuff like that are ranked, and the best of the best get invited to these events. They happen worldwide. and they are broadcasted live. So these are official Polyphony Digital ranked events, and it
Yeah,
sounds like you are the reason why we get to see them when they air. So that's huge. That's huge. Those
that's
started with
huge.
Gran
Yeah.
Turismo
Well,
Sport around 2018. Yeah.
well, I was trying to get them on mainstream, like mainstream ESPN air. Uh,
Mhm.
so I mean that didn't come to fruition, unfortunately. So if it did, I think it would have been huge. I believe it would have been able to spread Gran Turismo to an even more mainstream audience,
Yeah,
especially if people can sit there and watch Overwatch. I mean, they can watch Gran Turismo. It's a lot easier to follow than Overwatch per se.
yeah, right.
Way easier to follow. I find it very difficult to follow first person shooter rank type of stuff, especially the Overwatches. There's just a lot of particle effects happening.
Exactly, a lot of
Yeah,
visual clutter.
a lot of visual clutter. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, AOJ. So are you still in the broadcasting world?
Yes.
Got it.
Unfortunately, the esports side of the mainstream has died off considerably. So that's all done now by their own respective companies. It's like Polyphony does the World Series,
Mhm.
uh, and whatnot.
Yeah. What do you know about the FIA's call for you know, championship proposals? I think about a few weeks ago they put out a call for anyone who's got a championship that they might want to, or an esports championship rather, that they might want to propose. The FIA is looking for them. Of course, you got to have the money to put it on, but I think there's some big power behind some potentially broadcastable events coming up soon. You got your finger on that pulse?
Not quite, not right now actually, but I'm actually just learning that. I didn't know that FIA is looking for esports because I mean, so far, at least from what I've seen across the industry, esports has kind of gone the way of the dodo.
Yeah.
Uh, Unfortunately, and I think that that's a big mistake. So, kind of to put the spotlight on you guys, this is why like I wanted to support this. I know that Z kind of threw my name out there in terms of getting him in here, which is a funny story in itself because I think Left the Pass can attest to this. I was going to join with another team, and then that team kind of fizzled out, and I was just going to be a steward. And then I, I get a message from our my team leader from Infinite Octane as on Wednesday, like I think Wednesday morning, and I just so happened to be like communicating with Z at that time. It was the most miraculous timing ever.
Meant to
so,
be.
so I'm like, while Az
Nice.
is reaching out to me, and now I'm already in the middle of a conversation with Z, and I'm like, hey man, you wanna join? And he goes,
Nice.
sure.
That's freaking amazing. That is cool.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you so much. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, kind of my comments on the season going forward. I didn't want to jump ahead in case you had that question.
No, that actually is going to be my next question there. I mean, obviously the standings we can see, but they're going to be a little bit split because we haven't had the Saturday races yet. But you
Yeah.
are on IORT and Friends too. How do you think the season's going so far for you guys?
Yeah, so the first race for Division Two kind of didn't go as planned. I'll definitely take the responsibility for that. Coming in late, I kind of practiced with the wrong fuel setting, so sorry Z, sorry Z.
So you're to blame.
I am to blame. I'll take that. I'll take the blame all day for that. I'll never live that down. But no, the first race didn't go as planned. For how soon we had from going into the league to race, it's okay. Like we'll get through that. I think that the team overall is amazing. With I think last week was me, Z, Aji, and then Dad Leisure for Saturday. I think that I'm very confident going forward. Very excited to see what we can do on the track going forward. So I'm looking forward to. I mean, how we finished on Thursday was amazing.
It was.
I all and seeing the do
You,
qualify second through fourth was awesome
yeah,
to see.
yep, back to
But
back to back. That
and
was good.
and I'm gonna embarrass him because he deserves it. The MVP of that race, even though initially Aji ran amazing and was able to secure second for us, the MVP of that race is going to be Chalky Magician for us, at least in my estimation, because we wanted to get 2 and 2. We just were I wasn't aware of the rules in terms of allocation of racers from day to day. So last second, Chalky accepted racing on Thursday, and so I reached out to Chalky, and he accepts. He goes, "Oh no, I have to go to the hotel room and practice." Now I'm like, "Wait, what?"
What? Right?
like,
Oh man.
I can hop in, man. You don't have to race. And he goes, "No, no, I'm good." So I think he usually races on wheel. He goes back to his hotel room, practices on controller, and does a race on controller, and comes out fifth.
Insane. Nice job.
So, Chalky, sorry to embarrass you, but you are definitely my MVP for
Hey,
Thursday.
yeah, and kudos for taking your PlayStation wherever you go. To have it in the hotel, that's amazing.
I travel the same way. If I'm gonna be there more than 3 days, listen, I'm stuffing this
Yeah,
PS5 in the bag. I finally got
right.
myself a slim. I used to ride around with my fat first edition, man. I don't care. It needs its own duffel bag.
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Oh man, that's sick. So yeah, I mean, you guys have a pretty. Your team is amazing. Like you said, Thursday went really
Yeah,
well for you guys. Kelso eventually took the win, but Aji was running really really well with him. D28, of course, comes in and rounds out the podium for you. Um, I don't know who all is on your team actually. Do we have other drivers that we're going to see throughout the season here?
Oh, for sure. So officially, the do, me as team principal, you have Z28, Aji the squirrel, you have Chalky Magician, you have Plaka Plum or Plaka Prince or Prince Plaka. I think
Prince
we all know
Plaka.
Plaka.
Yep,
Tupapi himself.
to
Uh,
Poppy.
and am I forgetting anybody? Hopefully, I'm not forgetting anybody. Because I will not live that down. And Dad Leisure. There you go,
Dad
Dad
Leisure. There
Leisure.
you go.
Dad Leisure, right. I did get to see Dad Leisure racing last Saturday, of course. Yeah, it's a formidable team for sure. You put it together. You've done well.
Yeah,
As team principal, I mean, are you coordinating all the practices and all that stuff with the team, or you guys kind of independently go through and do that stuff?
So yeah, I am. I'm getting these guys ready. I'm making sure that they're prepared. We're getting in, some practice laps, going over strategy, getting livery submitted. So yeah, my goal is to practice and make sure I'm ready to get in there if needed, but also to put these guys in a position to be as successful as possible.
And it's all you can do is
So
preach the principle. Papa, I know we're running low on time here. I was going to ask him what he's looking forward to, but do you have any other questions for the AOJ?
uh, not no. Honestly, I'm still. I mean, kind of like I was with Z on Thursday. Just stunned he was there. I'm a huge fan of Z. Um, but AOJ, you've got me stunned with your background and what you've been able to do, especially in such a short amount of time for just, the day before the first race. Here you are. So, an incredible team you've put together. I look forward to what you guys do the rest of the season. Like I said, you guys had a great uh, Thursday race last week. Great finishes from all three of your drivers. And I'm just glad to see you guys here.
yeah, thank you. And very quickly, I just want to say, you guys, this is amazing. I think that you guys, with what this is doing, you guys are right on the vanguard of kind of the future of the kind of broadcasting type of races. And even though right now this is geared towards the hardcore, like I
Mhm.
think that this right here could be a spark of something very big. So that's why I want to be a part of it. I'll always support something like this and promote it.
Awesome. Well, thank
Man,
you
we
for that.
appreciate you so much. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you on track the next time you're there. we're gonna get on track right now, actually, with everyone who's qualifying. And shout out to De. Good luck to everyone that you guys have on the grid tonight.
Thank you.
Of course. Welcome back, everybody. And I hope you guys all enjoyed that interview with the AOJ. We're trying to do an interview with one team principal or one team member every time. So always come in for the pre show. But here we are. It's the main show. We're here with the VIP GT World Championships. This is round 2. We're in North America. It's Daytona. Sorry, Circuit du Gilles Villeneuve. We're going to go there first. I can't even say that.
Hey, you did better than I would.
You know what? Shout out to my Haitian ancestry. The theme for tonight is keeping it in the slip. We're in 2 very, very high-speed tracks, so teamwork is going to be the word du jour. In fact, we got 3 incredibly fast cars to match these tracks, or this track in particular here. Looks like drivers can choose between the Corvette C7, the Dodge Viper, or the Ford Mustang, all in the Group 4 category here. So, yeah, those are pretty cool cars, Papa. We got a 10-minute qualifier and a 40-minute race to enjoy these big V8 and 1 V10 monsters here.
Right. Even last Thursday night, we didn't see any of the Mustangs, so I'm hoping we see at least 1 Mustang, but I'm not going to hold my breath too long.
Yeah, no, it's all Viper Corvette, yeah.
Yeah. And even at Daytona, it was all Vipers. There wasn't even a vet in Daytona, so I'm hoping to see a couple of different new cars, but we'll see what we get.
We'll see what we get. But yeah, well, let's talk about who we have in the drive today. We got Justin with Velocity of Hunter Racing. Then Lyric is also with the same team. Black Flag Mafia is going to grid Fat V and Study Empire. Dented Doors has Drobo and Yannick representing them. Rowdy Burns and Scarlord are on grid for the Skill Issue Racing team. Then Wheelhouse Racing has Hondo and Crooner. Los Matadores has 3 drivers tonight. War and D-Rock. And then Infinite Octane Racing has just 1 person, Dad Leisure, who'll be looking to drag himself forward on the coattails of some other team member. The slipstream is strong, so you don't really have to be that close. Papa, do you know what how close do you have to be to catch the slip when it's on strong?
When it's on strong, I think you can be at like a 1.5 and I think
Mm,
you're pretty much into it. So,
got it.
um, and it's a fast closing too. You'll see it as they come to the end of these straights, into the chicanes. We had some great passes, attempted passes, going into the chicanes at the end of these straights. So
Yeah, I
you should
saw
be,
on Thursday, that seemed to be where most of the drama was you
yeah,
think there's nothing happening, and then by the time you get to the braking zone, boom, someone's alongside. So
yep,
I expect to see more of that tonight. Hopefully no fingers crossed, no big incidents. Damages on heavy, of course. So that means if you break the car, you gotta go pit to fix it. And
yeah,
I'd rather see action on the track than seeing folks having to go get repairs in the pits.
right, yeah. And on this track, on this race on Thursday, we did see a lot of penalties pop up because of all the chicanes. So you got to be careful of that if you're a driver too.
Yes. Yes, lots and lots of penalties. So drivers will have to be careful of that, not just in the race, but even in qualifying where we are right now. We got folks going on their out laps. I mean, you can absolutely ruin a fantastic lap with one penalty, but so many corners here. You want to cut as much as possible, Papa. So that practice really comes in handy of knowing where you can cut and by how much.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Man,
And
so
it's sketchy too.
I see. Yeah, when I was watching, I haven't really raced here, but watching on Thursday night, I mean, just the how squirrely the cars were, even in GR4s. I always GR4s are for me really easy to drive, right? Especially if you got like a racing tire on them. They're super grippy. They're not fast enough to get in that much trouble. Though we are in some of the more rowdy GR4s, but on this track made them look like they were absolutely on edge every time you went over those curves. Thoughts on the
Absolutely.
curves? Yeah,
Yep, yep.
man.
And it
Well, it rewards the brave for sure. So we'll see who can be brave in this circuit. But I think, uh, as you saw on Thursday, patience was also really, really important. Being able to sit in somebody's slipstream, save fuel, or make sure you guys got away from the pack behind was super important. Papa, are you during enduros and stuff like that? You more of a cooperative type of racer, or you kind of head down on your own solo guy?
I am definitely more of a team racer. I prefer to work with my teammates, even if it's falling back to pick them up for a draft or get behind them and help push them in a draft. I'm just more comfortable that way. I'm not an A-plus driver, so I try and use my skill set where it's better served. But that's just me. I know that there are people who, like you said, they're just head down, eyes forward, out the windshield, let's go. And that's not me. I prefer to work with the team and the teammates.
Yeah, so do I. And ooh, Rowdy Burns into the wall a couple times
Yeah,
there. Looks like penalty, but no damage, so that's good. Want the pit, but this lap will be erased. Basically, this would have been the first hot lap. The tire wear is so high in this race tonight. I mean, you can already see it with these drivers here. I think we're looking at like what 13x or something like that for tire wear is what I saw.
yeah, yeah. It's up there.
Yeah, so drivers are going to have to be super, super careful about that. 12x actually for the tire wear is what we're getting here. We're following along with Drobo here, the Denton Doors Racing Team. He is 13th in the Drivers' Championship thus far. His team, Denton Doors, is currently first in the championship. So a lot riding on Drobo's shoulders tonight alongside his teammate. Um, what do you like? I don't know, when it's pretty early on in the championship, but you guys are doing well, you really just want to keep that momentum going. Um, it's not always easy. You got to learn how to like figure, all right, it's cool, we got some time if we do mess up, but at the same time, you just want to stay up top the entire time here. So lots and lots of what's the word I'm looking for? Pressure for Drobo
Pressure, right?
and yeah, yeah. There's this Paps jumping in for some fresh tires here. We're not too much longer left in qualifying, but definitely makes sense to jump in for me. What do you think? Drivers are getting maybe one or two super hot laps before they got to jump in?
Yeah. Really, I think you're only going to get one really good hot lap. But I think that's why we're seeing a couple of these drivers come in early, knowing that, with the lesser fuel load, so they might be able to squeeze out that second lap. I don't know. Like you said, I mean, you can see right here, riding along with Star-Lord, he's on his third lap and his tires are already halfway through that run. So it's a strat. Everybody's got their own strats. Hopefully they worked as a team to get it set. And here you can see Lyric. He's using every bit of energy on that slipstream. He's not leaving Star-Lord's bumper, so.
He is. He's all over his bumper, and with the slipstream on strong, he's got to be holding himself back just a little bit. I mean, Star-Lord has got draft, of course, they're from D-Rock ahead, but I would think that Lyric would have passed him by now. I think he's just deciding, you guys are fast, I'm going to stay back here. And I got to pit anyway, probably. We'll see if this is the end of the chicane here, or this straight at the chicane. We'll see if they jump in. I bet they do. Let's find out. Yep.
Here we come.
Yep, here they come. I don't even think you got to slow down to get in here. It's just a straight shot, so full throttle. Lyric will come in for tires. Look at that, all the way on the left there. Almost everybody in for tires. I think Jay Smith and Hondo had already taken theirs. So everyone going for broke on this last stint of qualifying. It's a little bit cloudy outside. I think it gets sunny eventually on today's race here, but cloudy at first. What does that do for the tire wear for us,
It's going to be a little bit better for the tire wear because the temperature's cooler, and provide, theoretically a little bit more grip for them. But with that grip comes, it just, I don't know. I think extra grip is also going to mean extra tire wear. So it really, I know I just contradicted myself, but you're going to get more grip because it's cooler. But the tires should, especially with the lighter fuel load as people are coming in, you should get better tire wear. So
you should. And I was slightly wrong. The race will actually start a little bit sunny. That's what the weather is calling for. We will see some cloud cover for the most part. It'll be pretty broken up during the race, so you'll get a mix of both here. We're almost to the end. I saw a driver card earlier. I think it was for Oak. So sorry I didn't read that, but we'll try to introduce you guys more to these drivers because we're still at the beginning of the championship. We still want to know who's who and who they're with, of course. Let's see, where's Hondo? We're approaching the final straight here, so we'll see where Hondo ends up with this time because those tires are done. Actually, maybe he jumps in.
He might have time to jump in still.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep, and he is jumping in. Okay, so he's not going to go through the chicane. These are kind of the first of the pitters. Here's Yannick. Fresh tires. They're going to go through the chicane. Start-finish line is just a little bit after, so let's see those times start to come in. Yannick, of course, sitting in first with a minute 44.389.
He's got his teammate Drobo right in tow, so see if he can help pull him around.
Hopefully he can. Drobo sitting in ninth right now. He's going to get one more lap behind his teammate D-Rock, also following along. D-Rock got himself up to fourth place there for Los Matadores, so maybe he can jump up into that first row, or Yannick will pull his teammate into it. These are all Corvettes. And last time, Thursday, the Vipers seemed to be dominant, but here we are, top two. I think that leaves us also in a Corvette. I don't think I've seen what Oak is driving.
I think Oak was in a Viper, but I couldn't.
Got it. Well, D-Rock in a Vet, so
there he is. He's in a Vet. There he is.
So, man, top three in a Corvette. Lyric was in the Viper, so Lyric's in fifth place right now in a Viper. I believe that might be the lone Viper in the top five. Yo, is Saturday going to turn it on its head? Right? I love it. I mean, I love both cars. That Viper is so cool. Big old truck V10 and a sports car. I don't know what's going on over at Mopar ever. I never know what's going on over there. Those guys are weird, but we love it.
Yes, absolutely.
Corvette, of course, iconic. I mean, there's just nothing to say. So Drubbo getting that slingshot around
Yep.
his teammate there, that worked out perfectly.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no, into the spin, but
That
can
sausage.
it stop? Oh man, and he ends up in the wall. He's going to take damage up front and the front right
Oh,
wheel there. Let's see what
man.
happens. Gets the slingshot. He's got great slip. Yannick is actually going to move out of his way and let him take the racing line. And he breaks here, but just carrying too much speed. Slaps the, tried to cut it a lot. He knew it was going too fast. Slaps that sausage curb, shoots him across the track and into the wall. So, unfortunately, that was wasted opportunity. He ends up in 11th place. Down to 12th, actually, because Teasbap just moved up into second place in his Corvette. Sheesh. That's insane. Heartbroken for Drobo, though. I mean, that worked out perfectly. So he had the slip and everything, and then it just didn't happen. So here's Teasbap. Oh.
He had the slipstream from Rowdy Burns there.
I see. Well, look what it did for him. And Rowdy, I don't even know where Rowdy is. I don't see where he is in the order, but he's at least gotten Teasbap up top for us here. Hondo's finishing up a lap, it looks like, and he's actually got that Empire in front of him. Couldn't tell.
It was.
Oh, it's Crooner. It's driving
Crooner. Yep.
Okay, so he's got a nice little slipstream. Again, slip is on strong here, so you don't have to be as close to the car in front of you as you would normally with slipstream on real. So these drivers really are taking advantage of the rules, of the physics, and I think that's the whole idea behind it. That's what Left to Pass you hoped for when creating this championship and creating these rules. Drivers really taking advantage of the little quirks of each race. And here comes Scarlord along with that's Drobo behind, but Lyric ahead, but neither one of them moves up further. Empire doesn't get further than 9th place. Couldn't read who that was. Drobo, we already saw. Driving Crooner. Hondo up to 5th place.
Nice game.
With that nice slipstream, yeah. That was fantastic. Love to see that towards the end of qualifying, saw people still moving on up the ranks there. We love those surprise. We got surprised on Saturday too, I think. Now that I think about it, last Saturday, yeah, some last minute jumps up the order for quali.
Yep.
Love it. You know, the only thing I love more than a good qualifier with surprises is like an elimination style qualifier. I need more of that in my life. That, please. You know, in fact, I haven't seen Formula One quali today, so no spoilers.
No spoilers, yes.
No spoilers. So in a few minutes, we're going to get on track here for a 40-minute race around this place. So, you know, we're going to get several laps out of this thing. And with the tire wear being literally insane, we're going to see quite a few pit stops, I would think. Papa, I realized that I was looking more for action than paying attention to people's strategy when I watched Thursday's race back. But how often were people pitting? What kind of tire compounds were you guys seeing?
I think we were getting like, if I remember right, it was like 20 to 25 minutes on the hards, and about 15 to 20, 15, I'd say, on the mediums. And I think everybody did 2 stops. I think one team tried a 3 stop, and it didn't work out too well for them. So,
got it.
It was strategy is definitely going to become a big part of tonight's race.
Got it. I absolutely agree. I would love to see if a 3-stopper can work this time around, but we'll find out. Let's read our qualifying results here. We got Yannick, who stayed up top pretty much the entire time with a 144.389. Wow, just barely slower. 9 thousandths of a second slower was Teasbap with a 144.398, both in Corvettes. In 3rd place, we have our first Viper breaking up the party here. It's Dad Leisure with a 144.552. K Naranjo, aka Oak, in 4th place with the Corvette with a 144.782. Hondo will round out the top 5 after that last minute jump to 5th, also in a Corvette with a 144.848. Dad Leisure is all alone for IORT. Good luck to you, Dad Leisure. Moving forward, we got Jay Smith in 6th with the Viper with a 144.947. D-Rock in 7th, all in the Corvette with a 145 flat. We got in 8th, we got PHG's Lyric with that Viper as well in 8th place. The rest are Corvettes. Wow. Driving Crooner in 9th with a 145.5. Empire in 10th with a 145.6. Scarlord in 11th with a 145.6 as well. Then you've got Drobo with a 145.7 in 12th place. And 13th is War with a 145.8. And in 14th, we've got Rowdy Burns with a 146.155. So this race is heavily Corvette. Wow.
Yeah, I
All
was
right.
actually surprised to see that,
I
especially after the first race on Thursday. It was pretty split on this race between the Vipers and Vets. So, but again, no Mustangs.
No Mustangs. Got it. You know what, Papa? Would you mind taking us through our current championship standings for
Absolutely.
Division 2?
Yeah, and for our drivers' championship, leading the pack with 31 points, we have Kelso with Velocity of Hunter. 1 point behind him is Yannick with Dented Doors. And rounding out the podium, currently we have Oak with Los Matadors. Or Matadores. I don't know. I'm not Spanish. Oak in P3. Laser Unicorn, P4 with 25 points. Justin, P5 with 23 points. P6, we have Q with 23 points as well. In P7, we have Fishtail with Skill Issue Racing Team with 20 points. Steady Empire with Black Bag Mafia and P8 with 20 points. Scarlord, another driver with Skill Issue Racing Team in P9 with 18 points. Also with 18 points, we have Augie the Squirrel with Infinite Octane and Friends Duke in P10. Here we're looking at the team standings here. So kind of like we pointed out earlier, Dented Doors is currently the team champion so far. It's only been one round, but it's good to have the lead where you got it. Then we got Black Flag Mafia, Velocity of Hunter, Los Matadors P4, Skill Issue Racing Team, Infinite Octane and Friends 2, and in P7 we have Wheelhouse Racing with 26 points.
Nice. Well, of course, tonight that will change a little bit after this race here because those points also count Thursday. In fact, this is the time when those drivers try to add to the points that they have as we're ready to start this race.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're starting really soon here. You know what? Let me go back to the details of the race. This is a grid start, right? Not a standing start, but a rolling start.
It's a rolling start, yes.
Which is perfect for getting those games going with teammates, especially if they qualify together.
Right. Here we go.
So for everyone watching, a rolling start means the game starts for you. As you can see, these drivers are not in control of the cars right now. They will start in order behind one another, and you'll see them immediately tuck into one line to get through that turn 1 2 chicane complex. You go, and that is green. So Yannick followed by T-Spap. Of course, we shouldn't see a whole lot happening maybe in the braking here. Looking towards the back, top 5, top 10 all look nice and neat through there. These are consummate professionals, so I don't expect much to be going on until maybe this hard braking zone here for this chicane. There's a lot of left rights in this racetrack.
A lot of left rights, yes.
A ton of them, and it feels so much like a street circuit. I don't think it is. Pretty sure this is a permanent road track here, but man, you can just see how much people have practiced because no argy-bargy. I haven't seen so much as a fender get clipped so far in the first few corners. It's fantastic to see. We got some side-by-side action, does it look like, back there with Oak and Dad Leisure. Maybe that was just the camera angle there, but I thought that I saw someone trying to make a move. Dad Leisure with a half-second penalty picked up there, though. Ooh, we talked about cutting and maximizing your track time, or where you are on the track. I think that might have been it right there.
Right there,
on the left-hander. Yeah. Man, just trying to keep it nice and neat, stay in the slip, of course, and not lose anyone. Luckily, it's only half a second. We shouldn't. Ooh, Lyric too. They're still in it, so I don't think they're going to lose too much time
No.
with taking these penalties. Yeah, they'll stay in the train, I think. I just saw a message from race control. That's Oak with a bad connection warning. But hold on, we got Drobo side by side with Ward here into the braking. With Lunar. Oh, they continued and go side by side through the entire chicane. Drobo got a little bit of a hip check, I think, but ultimately had to give it up. Only one person can really come out of that chicane. Okay, to be honest with you. Usually it's the person who had the inside for the first turn, so shout out to Crooner to stay in, and he did have a nose ahead of Drobo, so kind of really had the right of way there, if you will, but that's not easy to do. It's a super narrow chicane.
Yeah, and you can't tell a racer, well, he has a nose, so we got to give him a quarter. They're both going to bury it in there as deep as possible, as fast as they can go.
Oh man, I wish I could say I was better than that, but that's the kind of driver I am too. Actually, Oak and Hondo. Oak, that's what I was saying. Oak got a bad connection warning in the chat here. Basically, what that means is if your connection is if nobody can tell where your car is, you can see him kind of bobbing back and forth there.
Yeah.
It's dangerous for the other drivers. It can ruin their race, and it's generally not fair. Now, on some tracks, you can get away with it. This track in particular is very narrow. The braking zones, the passing zones are very narrow. So even if your car is just jumping, 6 inches side to side, that's enough to potentially cause an incident. So we'll see if that stabilizes for them.
Yeah, especially on a track like this with all these chicanes.
Right.
You can see him up there a couple cars ahead of Jay Smith here. You can just see his car. Just every now and then you'll see it bounce left and right like he's talking.
That's right. I'm guessing race control will let him race on unless it actually creates an issue and affects another driver. We did see that on Thursday. Can't remember who it was, but somebody got black flagged due to their connection. Nobody wants that. It's not really someone's fault, but it's no different from your power unit throwing a rod in the middle of the race. Right. It's kind of it's the luck of racing, and racing has its own kind of uncontrollables.
And as we're going through the field here, I'm looking at the tire compounds that everybody's on. I think I only saw one car on the racing mediums, and in fact it was Hondo, if I remember right. Everybody else, I think, is on racing hards.
That's interesting. Hondo, of course, was in the top 5, so I maybe wonder if he was taking those tires to try and make an attempt at jumping up the order, as Lyric goes purple in that sector. So Lyric probably looking to do much the same, but we know the mediums don't last as long as the hards. Medium will take you hards will take you most of the way through the race, 25 to 30 minutes. Those mediums will obviously give you less time, but it kind of locks you into at least a 2-stopper for sure.
It did look like his teammate Crooner was also on the racing mediums. Oh, D-Rock's on the mediums
too. D-Rock is way back, 27.5 seconds. That's about as long as a pit stop takes. Brand new tires on that car and fuel. So yes, D-Rock did pit, maybe took some damage, but with taking the mediums 6 minutes into the race, maybe 5 minutes when he took them. What are you thinking about his strategy? When should we expect to see him stop here, properly?
Probably he might be able to make to about the halfway mark on these mediums, about the 20-minute mark, 20 to go. He should be okay at that, but then he'll have to make one more stop. Probably be best if he maybe goes on to the hards after that.
Yeah, just take it to the rest of the race here, to the end of the race, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. We got Oak still jiggling around back there. He's now right up on Dad Leisure. Of course, we'll need to be careful about how he makes the pass if he attempts it, because a little squirrely there. Very loose there. You can't have both. You can't be loose and have a bad connection for sure. Dad Leisure will probably be a little bit worried about what happens should Oak make a pass that, it takes a long time, right? Some passes happen quick. Right in the braking zone, you dive in, you get it, you go. But there's been a lot of side-by-side action where you see people taking 2 and 3 corners together, and that's when it really kind of gets sketchy around somebody who doesn't have a good signal. Signal's not the word I'm looking for, connection. Yeah.
Yep.
Connection. Yeah. Makes sense to me. We got Oak still jiggling around back there. He's now right up on Dad Leisure. Of course, we'll need to be careful about how he makes the pass if he attempts it, because Dad Leisure will probably be a little bit worried about what happens should Oak make a pass that, It takes a long time, right? Some passes happen quick. Ooh, lyrics, that rear end dancing around. I mean, these cars are all super torquey. A lot of drivers don't use very many assists. You can see lyric here, no traction control, just ABS on. From you, what you can see it flashing on the left there. But the assists are not too limited in this series. I believe we pretty much have everything on.
I believe so.
Yeah, so you'll see drivers with different things lighting up on the screen, and those things, those represent different assists that they may have on. In fact, that was Drobo. That upshift looked like he might have traction control on, and that helps him get out of this corner for this pass on Lyric. Wow, right into the brakes there. Can we get a replay of that? That was amazing. So he comes around him here. That slipstream does get him ahead just before the brakes. He does brake later than the Viper, and he gets out of it. That was fantastic. Ooh, and the black flag is up for Oak. We saw that come up on yeah. That came up on chat there, and Oak leaves the lobby promptly, as is expected. Just a good sportsman there. You hate it for him. Great guys, great racer, very fast.
Oh yeah, he has the fastest lap right now.
Oh man, he does. You really hate to see it. He was right in Dad Leisure's slipstream, who now is in T-Spap's clutches. So I do wonder if something happened between the two of them while we were watching Drobo make that pass. Dad Leisure goes defensive into this. I think this is what turn. I don't even know what turn this is.
Yeah, I don't either.
One of them. He defends. Gets out of it okay. That Corvette has long legs. Obviously, the Viper's legs are longer and it's a bit more torquey. But with the slipstream on weak, I mean, or on strong, like Paps pulls right back up behind him. And I think the Corvette has a better chassis for diving into those corners. Yeah, Papa?
Yes, I would agree with that. It's definitely the easier handling, better handling car. I won't say easier. And like I said, Viper's got the speed on the straights, but man, the strong slip, it's going to keep everybody together. So it doesn't really have an advantage.
It doesn't. And T-Spap stopped bump drafting. It was bump drafting Dad Leisure before they got into the chicane, but now he goes around them because Dad Leisure had a bad exit. T-Spap with the inside for turn 1 and 2 makes that pass super easy. That's the kind of pass that Oak would have needed, right, to stay in it. But unfortunately, he got that black flag. Now, during all of this, 4th place was catching up. So that's actually a 3-way battle for 2nd going on now. We got a 3-way battle for 7th. Drobo made that pass on Lyric a couple laps ago. Scarlord is right there behind him. This is starting to shape up into 2 distinct battles going on track.
It is.
Yeah, this is fantastic for us. 2 slipstream chain. Of course, you know, you saw it. Anything can happen. Anything breaks up these trains, and you end up in kind of an island by yourself.
Yes. We saw the incidents we saw on Thursday. We saw somebody miss the pit entrance at the wall, and we saw people getting multiple penalties, and it just, but with the slipstream, it keeps them all in it. I mean, we can see that Grady Burns, who at one point was 26, 27 seconds behind this group, is now right there with them too. So he's still back there. He's still plugging away.
And that's all you can do sometimes, plug away when the opportunities come to you here. Back to this battle for 2nd. I mean, they are bumper to bumper between T-Spap, Dad Leisure, and Hondo. Let's call him B-Pap. It's weird to call him B-Pap.
Yeah.
It's like Oak, right? I know it's hard to say. Does Dad Leisure make a move here? I mean, he's under pressure from behind. Yes, he does. He's going to show the nose at least. He doesn't quite make the move, maybe just trying to let B-Paps know, hey, I'm here, and I'm going to be a little bit aggressive with you. Paps, of course, just professional, not shaken at all, doesn't put a wheel wrong in that chicane, but it's been put on notice by the bike behind.
Hondo's just sitting there licking his lips, just waiting for somebody to mess up.
Dude, I am Hondo all day long. Like, I'm not even going to be aggressive. I'm just going to be like, hey, let me know when one of you is willing to give me a slice of this pie. I'm in here. Yeah, I would just watch pretty early in the race. Ooh, Drobo, who was leading fifth line of cars with a half-second penalty now, so Drobo's going to lose at least that position to Lyric. I don't know if he'll lose another one. Maybe if we stick with him, we can see where he takes that penalty and how it affects him. So let's see what happens. Lyric for sure is about to gain a free. Oh, I thought that was a new penalty. I thought Lyric picked up a half second there, but no. Drobo still has just the half, just kind of flashed on the screen. Coming through the hairpin, the big turnaround hairpin that basically takes it back to start-finish area here. We should see him take this pen pretty soon now. Yep, there's the zone. You can see that yellow sign just ahead. It's not in the best spot, but it's close enough to the braking zone for the chicane that you can maybe get away with it. Sure enough, Lyric's going to pass him, but no one else. Dribble hangs on to 8th place. Woo.
He jumped right into that slipstream right after he served his penalty.
He sure did. Super easy. He knows what to do and knows, hey, I can pass Lyric if I need to. You know, that was a nice diving pass into the chicane when we saw it happen, and
yep.
I expect he'll be able to do something similar again. Now, here, do you think that Leisure is just kind of biding his time, or maybe trying to work with VPAPs to try and catch Yannick? Yannick's almost 4 seconds up the road.
If I'm Dad Leisure, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just staying behind VPAPs, bump drafts him down the straights, staying in that slipstream, try and get yourselves closer to Yannick, cut down on that lead he's got.
I think so too, because when I thought he was maybe like, you know, trying to get in Pap's mirrors a little bit to mess him up, I thought we'd see him move by now, but maybe he was just popping out to get some air over that front splitter. Wow, yeah, penalty for Paps. Now again, we've seen that you can get away with maybe just losing one position, but I think Hondo is pretty close by here.
I think so too.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I think he should keep the party going, just cooperate. Let's see if maybe we can use the Viper's long legs to get up to Yannick up there. Let Dad Leisure take it to him. Lap 8. We're working lap 8 here. Yep, Pap does the gentlemanly thing, lets Hondo by. No need to potentially cause a crash jumping in front of him. And he jumped right up behind him, scrapes the wall just a little bit there. Those mediums do not look great on Hondo's car.
Hondo's getting worn out there.
Getting pretty worn out. He's doing a great job to keep up here, but I think that, this is the move. Paps dives in the corner on Hondo. I did not expect the move to happen there. I'm not even sure if it was on purpose.
Yeah, especially on the outside.
Yeah, I think Hondo just followed Dad Leisure through, just, you know, staying on protocol, like stay on somebody's bumper, and that put him in a bad line for the racetrack, for the game. And he also probably can't get that front end to bike turning anymore, really.
Right. We can see the Hearts too. They've only got about a lap or two more. Scarlord running with some front end damage.
Yeah, and War behind him with a penalty. I wonder if it's related. Scarlord with front splitter damage and the front right wheel or suspension showing damage as well. So that car may be more difficult to drive and control in the corners, but certainly he'll be losing speed on the straights. Though we saw, was it Cordia who ran super long with damage on Thursday? Yep, it worked out. That slipstream really helps out.
Yep.
Dude, Yannick's gained another second, maybe 1.2 over Dad Leisure and then VPAPs and the like. They've had a little bit of back and forth, of course, with positional changes, but I don't think Dad Leisure's really been involved in any of that. So I think the pace just isn't there for those three behind Yannick here.
Yeah, anytime you go side by side, it's going to slow you down. So
it is. Hondo in the pits to get off those mediums. Let's see where it goes. We got 23 minutes left. Well, there'll be about 23 by the time he gets out of the pits here. Did he go to the hards for the rest of it?
I think that's still stretching, but definitely possible.
I think possible as well. D-Rock, I
Does it?
think you said, was the only other driver on mediums. Let's see if he comes in. There Hondo goes. Should show the correct tire once he crosses the line here. It's medium. So back out on another set of mediums, so we're expecting a 2-stop
Yep.
from Hondo for sure. Okay, got it. Bapst. That Leisure and PPAP still just running together. At this point, I don't think they can catch Yannick, but maybe it's a, hey, let's lose the rest of the pack and not lose Yannick too bad. Jay Smith actually isn't too far behind him. You can see him in that camera. There he is, in the camera view, and he's got Empire right behind him, so these two really can't mess around too bad. They'll be in a fight with those two behind them.
Right.
You
And
see the gap?
we did see on Thursday's race too that the fuel consumption, less time in the pits with fuel, definitely helps the cars gain and lose some positions too. So we got to keep our eye out for that too.
100%. The refuel rate is at the default, 3 liters per second. But it matters, right? If you come in 3 liters short, that's an entire second that you just lost over someone, and you didn't do it. You didn't do it on purpose, right? So fuel saving super important here. I'm sure that VPAPS is getting a lot of great fuel economy with the big wide Viper in front of him punching a hole in the air there. Can we see? Okay, the gap to Jay Smith is 3.7 seconds. So just under 4 seconds between third and fourth. So really just not enough of a cushion to make those two cars comfortable, to make that Leisure and Paps comfortable.
Right.
There's Jobo. We'd seen Jobo make a pass on Lyric, take a penalty, end up behind Lyric. Now ahead of Lyric by about 2 seconds. Lyric stays back there in 7th place, but he's gotten away from Star-Lord a bit. Does have that damage. So it makes sense to me that he'd be slowed down. He's lost the slipstream, which would help mitigate the damage, unfortunately. War behind him by 1.7 seconds. He's just barely out of it. I think he's catching up, though, now. Then you got Rowdy Burns in 10th place, all by himself. 3.6 seconds back from Ward. 13.5 seconds ahead of D-Rock, who's running with Hondo, 2 teammates who had caught each other up on track. Oh, wait, are they teammates? They're not teammates. Sorry about that. No, Hondo, we just saw pit, so Hondo's in good shape with the racing mediums. Gonna easily make a pass here, I think. Maybe not quite. Hondo being patient makes sense to me. Either saving some fuel or just deciding it wasn't worth going for it just there. It looks like it's gonna happen here, though. Let's see, he's got the outside for the hairpin. I think D-Rock was defending just a little bit, but Hondo able to drive around him before the breaking point and easily makes that pass happen there. So that was nice.
A lot of pits right here.
A lot of pits, that's right. Ooh, what do we have? Yannick, VPAPS, Jay Smith, Empire, Drogo, Lyric, Scarlord, basically our entire top 10 almost in the pits. That Leisure stakes out is going to look for an overcut maybe. Well, Hondo did pit before all of these guys, so looking for the undercut here. This is the start-finish line. He's got to get in that chicane, I believe, for the pit exit, right? It's the right-hander where they all exit together.
Yep.
Got it. So, Hondo up to third. I don't see anyone coming out of the pits, though. Maybe you can't see from here. No, nobody coming out. So Hondo all the way up to third place. He is ahead of Yannick even.
Wow.
Who is going to come out fourth. Yeah, by a lot. Now, Dad Leisure stayed out, owes a pit stop. I believe War also owes a pit stop. So, Hondo, for all intents and purposes, is the original leader of this race. Can Yannick chase him down? It's 6 seconds there. What is that?
And
that had to be fuel.
It had to have been, yeah. I mean, you're talking, that was an 11, 12-second difference.
Yeah, huge difference there because Hondo was so far behind. I wonder if he's underfueled or, well, no, because he was on the medium, so he's probably pitting again anyway. He's just taking enough fuel for the stint that he needs. Going to keep that Corvette nice and lean, and hopefully get some hot lights laps here. Slipstream would be nice.
It would be. That would definitely be a benefit.
Yeah, I don't know. We still got some folks to pit. Dad Leisure's about to pit now. Maybe he'll catch someone who can help out. We'll see. Because obviously his goal right now is to run away, create as huge a gap as possible, so he can take that last pit stop. So all tires are available. By the way, Dad Leisure and War are in now. All tires are available, Papa. I don't think we saw anyone jump on softs though on Thursday. Or can you?
I think we saw one person right at the end jump in for like 2 laps on the softs and actually ended up getting the fastest lap. And I can't remember which driver it was. He finished last, but he did get the fastest lap.
Did get the fastest lap. Got it.
Yeah.
And oh, I can't remember. Did we get points for fastest lap in this league?
I don't know. I was just thinking the same thing.
I don't think so. I didn't see anything like that in the rules.
I don't think so.
Well, the bragging rights count anyway.
That's right.
So why not jump on those softs? I mean, maybe even a viable strategy if you've got damage like driving Crooner does here, and you have to jump in anyway. Perhaps you might as well jump on a super fast tire, see if you can catch anybody.
Right.
Maybe
He's early in this stint too to have that damage.
he is. Those mediums actually look really good still. So wasn't anywhere near about to pit. Must be on the same strategy as Hondo just about, but
I think they're teammates, so that would make sense.
Yeah, I think he hit just a little bit before Hondo. I wonder, maybe for damage as well, because why would you pit so much earlier? I mean, look at those tires.
Yeah.
Pretty worn. Well, half second penalty. It's gone from bad to worse here.
Honestly, with 16.5 minutes, Owen Hondo's got a pin too. Teammates. Staying within the teammates.
What non-teammates?
If I'm Crooner, I may pit here and put the hards on.
Yeah, and just see what you can do with the with a fresher tire, with the fresh hards, because so many people are going to be on tires that are starting to wear out here, but you know, maybe they're not quite worn out yet, so might not be too bad to stay out a little bit longer if he can catch slipstream here, but he's outside of it for Dad Leisure. Yeah,
if he can stay in the slip, he'd be okay, but I think Dad Leisure's going to put away from him.
Got it, yeah. I think in 16 minutes, maybe he holds off until he can take a set of mediums to the end.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because hards can be so slow, though less so at a track like this with so many straights, right? But the chicanes will be agonizing on the hards. Ooh, Yannick, purple sector there. We might see somebody finally drop Oak's time off. Still got the fastest lap. Unfortunately, Oak black flag earlier in the race. So if you missed that happened. And if you missed that means you're probably just joining us. So hit the like button, whether you're watching on TKC's channel or on the Upshift Media channel. And if you're on TKC's channel, there's a link to the Upshift Media channel. Come over here and like that too and subscribe. We appreciate it. We're on board with Yannick. Are we going to take a lap? Ooh, I don't know if I can do a call out a lap at Villeneuve. Oh man. All right, well, hopefully we don't get put on the spot with that. Production is saying they won't, but
thank you, production. Thank you,
production. On the back straight now, getting the passenger side view with Yannick down into third gear for Yannick only for that last chicane. It's very, very quick. The Corvette is very torquey, very quickly up to fourth gear for him. Paps too, they're coming out of that corner in fourth. That's how much speed you're carrying. Down to second for Dad Leisure, and the Viper comes out in third. They are geared a bit differently, but it is always cool to see how the drivers drive these different cars here. Jay Smith, in trouble? Here's Empire, looking for a dive into turn one, and he's got him on the brakes here. Can Lyric come back on? I'm sorry, Jay Smith. Around the outside, no, he's not even able to tuck in and catch that second apex even. He's got to ride it out and tuck back into Empire's slipstream. So pass done by Empire there. Nicely done. Well, we're getting to the time where you don't want anybody passing, Papa. It's,
right.
13.5 minutes to go. It's trying to get selfish, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're definitely into the bottom third of this race, and it's not. I hate to say that it's every man for himself, since this is a team competition, but you're fighting. You're fighting for every position you can get for yourself and for your team. So there's not going to be much give and take left in this race anymore.
Absolutely not. I say if you're within a certain, amount of track or time to the car in front of you, you can tell what the gap is. Then maybe you work together to try to catch up to them. There's still a little bit of time, but I think if you're anything beyond like 5 seconds behind somebody, you just head down and get what you can get.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Scarlord and Lyric, as you see, on a team of their own, but a huge line of cars ahead of them. That's this line here. This is, I mean, at least the 8th place, but who's ahead? How many is this? This is from, it looks like 6th through 8th. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Gosh, counting's hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My dreams of being a cheerleader were shattered. I had to play basketball. I had to. What choice did I have? Driving Crooner is not safe right now. Drobo has been making passes all race long, though. I don't think we've seen him get above 5th place. Looking for 5th right now, though. Driving Crooner has damage, front end damage, both wheels and the splitter. So really just kind of alive because the track is there. I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's just in the way right now. Once they get on the straights, I think I'll go by him. And if I'm Drobo and 6th, 7th, or 8th here, just be patient. I mean, we know because we can see all the stats, but we already know P1 and P5 are all gonna have to pit. So these guys just need to be patient. I mean, they're gonna gain 2 spots from where they're running right now. So
here's hoping. Sometimes you can pay attention to see what drivers are getting on, but just like what we're seeing here, you can only see 8 or 9 drivers at a time.
Right.
On the 8 actually, at a time on the timing screen. So if somebody pits and they're outside of your timing tree there, you don't know what they've got on and what they're getting off of. Our leader's in, Hondo, and P1 is in, and he was 10.5 seconds ahead of Yannick. So Yannick will inherit P1 back. Hondo not able to run away from him, but he did gain time on him. I think they were 6.5 seconds away from one another when Yannick came out. It's starting to get dark, but we're almost at the end of this race. Hondo's in, teammate Driving Crooner's in. Driving Crooner's going to have to sit there and fix a lot of damage on that car. So it's going to add some seconds to his pit time, unfortunately. I think Hondo is running clean, so he's just going to be in and out there. Ooh, side by side, Drobo and Empire. Drobo taking 4th place from Empire now. Ooh, no, actually, I think it's Empire looking to get 4th place from Drobo, since Crooner clocked out, went to pit on his break here, but Empire not keeping it up, man. He's keeping a fender up on the back of Drobo's car there. He's staying alongside. I think he really wants this. I love the tenacity. Drobo's going to cut the nose off here into this chicane. Well done by Drobo to shut the door there and stop the attack for now. But what happens in the next corner? Mind you, Jay Smith is right there looking to take advantage, but that Corvette, or that Viper, just can't brake as well as the Corvette. He's still going at it, and Jay Smith just not really getting an opportunity to get a nose in there. I'm going to replay right here to see what's going on between Drobo and Empire. That's Drobo in 4th place, and Empire pulling up in the slipstream into turn 1. And just right there on the brakes, gets in a little bit of a tap between them. Drobo had the right away for the corner, but ultimately, I think the space was there. Drobo just kind of was on his line. Racing incident, I think, but that does bring Empire alongside and allows him to even really start this fight for 4th place, which is still on. Empire looking to drive around Drobo into the final chicane. Drobo will have the inside. Empire just tucks it behind him because if you make a mistake, Jay Smith is right there to pounce, and we start another lap doing the same thing. What's up, Pablo?
Man, love this stuff. Love this stuff. I mean, you can tell it's getting dark. Headlights are on. Everybody's fighting for positions. It's getting late in the race. You want everything you can get. Jay Smith making an inside pass here on Empire now. He's sticking his nose into this fight.
That's right. He sees what's happening. Empire and Drobo using up those front tires, and maybe that's giving the Viper driver a little bit more confidence going into these corners against them. I love that Empire is just not letting this go. He's like, no. We're not working together. I'm going to keep trying it. If you keep leaving space, I'm going to keep sticking my nose in there. And sometimes it's what it takes. You just nag at someone until they make a huge mistake. You know, you act like a fly, a gnat. But now Empire kind of under attack himself. Here's Jay Smith, not able to really make a move, but Empire probably having to start to think a little bit defensive on top of trying to attack. Maybe even used up a bit more fuel or tires than expected in that attempt there. Yeah, because I mean, Jay Smith is starting to drive around him. I think Empire's short shifting. I need to pay attention. Down to first to get the car stopped. And Jay Smith, he's even using first gear to come out of these corners. Jay does not care about fuel or traction.
Nope.
Well done. I mean, you love seeing someone who's got good control over that right foot there, or right trigger finger. I don't know if it's wheel or a controller, but it's not easy to control that Viper coming out of slow corners first. He rode it for a long time there. Oh no! Empire picks up a second. Whoa! You gotta see how that happened. I didn't even see that he cut that bad.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that's all four.
Yeah.
That's all four off. So huge 1 second penalty there. I mean, that's huge for him. That's going to definitely lose him 6th place and maybe even put him out of the running for 6th place. How you like our front runner here? He's got such an easy race, Papa.
He is. He's just out there cruising on his own. But, I mean, he's not fighting with anybody. He's able to run a clean line and just keep doing what he's doing.
He is. B-Paps in 2nd place has the same situation. Dad Leisure, of course, went for that overcut, but now sits 4.8 seconds behind B-Paps. And I'm not really sure where he's out. Trovo with a half-second penalty ahead of Empire. They'll probably have to serve it together, but I wonder how that's going to affect Jay Smith. Jay Smith has to not get paid by either one of these drivers, even if they stay on the racing line to serve their penalties. He's got to know he's going to be able to drive through, and he should take both positions. Drobo will be tougher to take, though. Ooh, especially if Empire does not get back up on his bumper. He does. Just took a little different line through the hairpin there. Jay Smith in a fantastic position. Man, he really just kind of stuck it out. He just hung out and was like, you two will mess up eventually. Sure enough, here he is, tucked up under their wings, and boom! In the 4th place.
Nice.
Like a cannon. That's fantastic. And now all he has to do is make that the biggest Viper in the world for about 5 minutes. I think he can do it.
About 3 laps.
Yeah.
Three laps.
It should be easy to do. Those Vipers, I mean, those Corvettes, really have that front end grip, have that bite, but do these two drivers have it left after like 3 laps of battling? I don't know.
And then you got Hondo.
That's Hondo.
Yeah.
With fresh medium, or fresher medium rather, than these guys. Wow. 5 minutes left. Hondo with literally a buffet ahead of him. I mean, he's trying to take 2 drivers off one at a time, maybe trying to catch 2 of them out in a corner if you got the grip up front. Where can we make that happen? I guess it'd be one of the slower games. We can't do something like this one that's quick. It's got to be something where the brakes really matter. Turn 4, turn 3 rather. That's a sharp right-hander. We'll see. Turn 10 for sure. The hairpin that towards the end of the track, the other end of the track there. That one's a big braking zone and big acceleration zone. So Hondo has a couple opportunities, and if he plays this smart, he can capitalize on them in game 1 or maybe even 3.
Empire went wide.
There it is. Hondo. Empire wide. Hondo with the nose inside. He's not able to get on the gas well enough there. That's the hairpin that I was talking about, but the Empire able to carry speed around that outside line. That's what makes that hairpin a little tough. You can, just because of the way it's shaped, you can go out wide, but if you just keep your pure momentum.
Yeah. Yes. It's got that little runoff area.
Exactly. So Empire gets away with one there. Hondo not able to make something happen into the final chicane. What about turn 1, turn 2? This is a little bit quick, but we've seen lots of moves happen here. Not very many have stuck, and Hondo's not even going to try it here. But that next opportunity I was talking about is coming up, turn 3. That one's a pretty sharp 90-degree right-hander. And the left-hander kind of opens up, but, you know, that's going to be about acceleration. It's about rear-end grip here. You know what? Maybe you don't brake for that as hard as I thought. Like,
I do.
You do.
We see Hondo pushing so hard trying to catch these guys. He now has the fastest lap of the race.
Well done, Hondo, with a 1:45.522. You're right. But, I mean, we started watching him get up there 5 minutes ago. Half that time has passed, and he's gained nothing. I mean, he's gotten a little closer. I mean, he's right up on Empire's booth, but nothing's really happening here.
Does look like Jay Smith's starting to put a little distance on this one. So
I think so. Empire coming up on Drobo again, trying this thing again. Let me see if I can make something happen. He's going to go around the outside for the hairpin. Look for the cutback on Drobo, and he's got a really good run out of there. I think Drobo might be struggling for rear end grip. Empire with just a little more speed, and if he stays where he's at, he'll have the inside for the chicane. Yes, Empire staying defensive. Drobo trying to stay in his slip. Empire not being decisive. He lets Drobo get in there, but he's far enough ahead that, yeah, he's going to cut the nose off. Drobo does the right thing and brakes a little bit harder, doesn't even try to. Uh-oh. Half-second penalty for Empire doing that.
Ouch.
Oh, it's tough going around the outside there. He cuts across, yeah, takes that first chicane just a little too shallow, really trying to shut the door on Drobo there, and ends up losing the position for himself potentially here. Drobo, of course, under attack by Hondo, and that might give Empire a chance to finish this out. I think we'll get another lap.
Last lap.
Yeah, this will be last lap for them.
Last laps.
Ooh, he's just got to
get him in.
Yeah, get those passes in. Rowdy Burns hanging out by himself. D-Rock by himself. I don't think we're going to see anything from the back of the pack here. Driving Crooner in last place right now. Yannick is in first, and all he's got to do is take it home. Just take it easy. Which is easier said than done sometimes, right? Like sometimes you try to slow it down, and that ultimately messes you up.
Yep. You get out of your rhythm because you just start taking it easy.
Yep, exactly. You brake a little earlier than you normally would, turned in too sharp, boom. Hondo, half-second penalty himself. So Hondo will not gain anything here. He's trying to get on Drobo, but it's not going to matter. Even if he passes Drobo, he's going to have to take that half-second penalty. Or, no, he is going to serve it before the start-finish line. If he didn't, it just add a second to his time. Here's Yannick crossing the line, but he's going to have to take another lap.
I think
Crossed too soon. VPAPs as well. They're both going to have to take another lap. I think, is Dad Leisure? Dad Leisure, I'd slam on the brakes here. Nah, Dad Leisure. Okay, Dad Leisure finished this.
Oh, and Jay Smith, he's got to get to the line. He's out of gas.
He's out of fuel. Here comes Empire. No, he's going to get the Empire. No, he's not going to pass Hondo, flashing the light in 7th. He does not change positions there. We have a replay here. This is that line hard. Yeah, that was tight. This is Hondo serves his penalty. Drobo just passes Empire. Has Empire served the penalty? Oh man, and then Empire gets the better exit. Drobo trying to shorten that time, come across him just a little bit there, but ultimately Empire not gonna get there. That was
great replay.
Even Drobo was pretty close. That was a fantastic replay. A great race finish. Here comes our leader, having to take his parade lap here. Thankfully, he took enough fuel.
Right.
Yeah,
barely,
some of the drivers would not have made it.
Yeah, that's another one of my downfalls. I am not good at fuel saving. I'm too heavy-footed.
Too heavy-footed.
Yeah.
I'm not bad at it. I'm not great at it if I'm having a battle. So, but I don't usually run out of fuel. Yeah. And here we go. For
Oh
real
man.
this time, Yannick through the final corners and will cross the line and actually take the checkered flag in first place. Congratulations, Yannick. And then B. Paps in the second Corvette.
Well
That
done.
leader did take third. You know, he kept the
He
Vipers.
did.
He represented for the Vipers the entire time. IORT Part 2 should be very proud of him.
Yeah. And that'll bode well for the whole team aspect too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Third place points. You can't beat
Yeah.
that. Papa, that was another great race. That one
That was
was
an
full of
incredible
action.
race.
Yeah. Lots
I
of
mean,
passes, lots of side by side action, drama, unexpected
yes.
penalties. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Another well made combo. Love it. Yannick did kind of run away with the race, stayed in control pretty much the whole time, but we definitely had the battles mid pack, and it was just awesome to watch again.
Absolutely. Could you please read our provisional race results?
I sure can. Like we said, we had Yannick in his Corvette with a total race time of 41 minutes, 37.071 seconds, taking our win. P1, congratulations, sir. Rounding out P2 will be B. Pabst in his Corvette. And we have Dad Leisure in the first Viper, rounding out the podium. Congratulations on the top three. And another Viper in P4 with Jay Smith, Drobo in P5, Empire P6, Hondo P7. We saw all four of those drivers nose to tail as they crossed the line there. And then rounding out the top eight, VIP Scarlord.
Yeah.
On to P9. On to P9, we have PHG Lyric, rounding out the last of the vets. Then we have War in P10. P11 was VIP Rowdy Burns. That was actually a nice recovery considering how far back he was at one point. P12, Driving Crooner. P13 is D Rock. And of course, the unfortunate black flag for K Naranjo for the connection issues. Rounding out the field, P14.
Yeah, you can't help but wonder how that might have changed our top five. Oak was running up there in P3 and holding, or P4, I think, and holding his own outside
He
of,
was.
wiggling around. He was staying on pace, but, ultimately we only got to see him for part of the first stint. And
Yeah.
I mean, that was a race where a lot happened, but I think that he would have been a factor in that top five.
Yes, definite fast driver. Very smart young man. He would have been up there somewhere.
Well, hopefully for next week, it's able to get a bit more stability out of that connection. We talked about this off camera. Sometimes racers will jump in unideal conditions. You're racing from a hotel room on hotel
Right?
Wi-Fi. Man, I know I have done a whole broadcast from a hotel and was the squeaky wheel. They probably hated me because I had their like head of IT like activate my Ethernet ports in my room and stuff like that because I didn't want to be on Wi-Fi. I'm the one
Yeah.
who will take the TV off the wall and steal the Ethernet cable if I forget mine.
Yep. I've run streams off the hotspot off my phone. So
Whew,
yeah. And you
that's
do, like you said, you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. So maybe next time Oak will be in a better place. Here's hoping all these other drivers tonight did really, really well for themselves. We didn't really see any sort of net code or lag issues other than that car, and that's always a
Yeah.
win.
Yep.
Part
Absolutely.
of part of esports, right? Part of sim
Yep.
racing, something that you don't deal with in real life. It's fascinating stuff. So this race was exciting. This one was strong slipstream, which helped keep the cars together for a lot of it. The next race is a little bit different. I think the opposite philosophy. I believe slipstream is on weak
It
on
is.
that one, something like that.
Yep.
So, actually, not the opposite. I think weak is just a little bit stronger than real in this game, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yes,
Yes.
okay, got it. So, not fully the opposite philosophy, but just a little less help from the aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah, still, I'm very excited to see it. I love Daytona. I mean,
Me
you
too.
can't put on a bad race at Daytona. You really can't.
No.
Literally impossible.
No. I agree with you.
We're gonna take a break here very soon, everyone, just so everyone can get hydrated. But before you go and do that, like and subscribe. Like I said, if you're watching on TK's channel, like and subscribe to my boy. Then swap over to the Upshift Media channel. It's linked in TK's channel, and like and subscribe there. All of our races that we broadcast will be on the Upshift Media channel.
Yeah. And please check out that QR code or the PayPal link as well. Help us support the Upshift Media channel so we can keep going and keep this stuff going for y'all.
Yes, please. We'll see you soon. Hey, you all, welcome back. You know where we are, but we'll say it again. It's the VIP GT World Championship. This is round two. We're in North America. We were just in Canada at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and now we go down to Florida, as far south as south goes for some. We're going to Daytona, which is a fantastic track, Papa. We
Love,
love the Daytona road course.
absolutely.
Yes. So we're here for the Division One race, which I mean ended in such a dramatic fashion on Thursday. I literally just watched it in the upper left-hand corner of my screen. That finish between WID and AMS at Super S2K. Those two battled it out a lot in the NRL this past season here. Uh, Today they battle it out, or today they don't battle it out, but their teammates will battle it out at the Daytona road course. We got a 10-minute qualifier, actually 10 and a half minute. No, it's 10 minutes, and a 60-minute race. Today we got three car choices, just like Division Two. The Corvette and the Viper both make their presence known again. We're just doing GR3s this time around, and then you got the 4GT race car, which is one of my favorite from the GTLM era. So three GTLM Titans fight it out tonight here, Papa. Did you get a chance to see those cars when they were actively racing in IMSA and WEC?
So I'm kind of new to both of those series, but I have gone back. I've watched, just getting into it. It's just amazing machines, man. And they all put on great races. It was great.
It was fantastic. That early era, especially in IMSA, was great. But anyway, let's not get too nostalgic here. Today on the grid, everyone is fielding just about two drivers. Big pace has both Rodrigo and Gets busy on the grid for them. The S7R Titans have missed the Racing 40 and Rusty Maggots. The wildcards will grid Jorge Sr. and Swizzle. For the Ghosts, we have Dwayne T and Doodle Bob. Cyrus Nicky and JP Scale are both representing Team Gotifi. And then RPM Bandits has three drivers. We got Crawler, Boyd, and Player, all for them. And then the Ghosts, just one third driver. We didn't even notice. So, Left to Pass You is down there, creator of this series. I don't know if maybe you've heard of him, Papa.
Maybe in passing something.
Yeah, he's been around for a little bit, kind of new.
Yeah. I've known Left Apache for quite some time now. Great guy, and he has created an amazing league here for us to witness and commentate on. Kudos to him.
Kudos to him, and I don't know if he gets help with creating these race combos, but they are chef's kiss. Like I said,
Right?
these cars right here, these were the best of the best. I hope that one day we can get back to GT racing that has basically an unlimited budget. The stories of how some of those cars came together, right? With the racing teams being like, dude, we don't know. They handed us a Corvette and we're like, make it fit these rules. And we had to chop it up into a million pieces to make it happen. Great era of racing. So they'll definitely put on a great race here. That 4GT, I'm gonna be honest, I don't own it in the game. I've never been able to afford it. Is it faster than the Viper?
It, early in Gran Turismo, I think it was very, very comparable in speed. It was the favorite car here for a while at the Daytona Road Course. But then through the BOP changes and the physics updates and stuff, the Viper has definitely, I think, become the most popular car. In fact, on Thursday night, every driver was in the Viper. It was a one-make race basically, but man, they put on such a great race. It's,
You know,
I mean,
oh,
the Viper's built for this course right now.
it absolutely is, and it's been quick for a little while now in the game.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and you know what? Listen, it's a great crop of drivers. I don't mind watching a one make between incredible drivers, right? Because then
right,
it's like it
right.
ain't the car, it's the driver. So if we see that again, cool. But yeah, I would love to see some different machinery. Because the 4GT was such a cool race car. You really can't say enough about it. My very first time seeing it on track was here at Daytona in 2016. I believe this was maybe the second year they had raced it, possibly the first actually, but that was my first time seeing it in person, and I had a media pass, so I was as close to it as I could get outside of
Nice.
being in the pits. Every time it passed by was amazing. Those Corvettes, though, I mean, just the sound, the thunderous sound of those
Thunder.
Corvettes.
Right.
Yeah, thunder is a great way to put it, and
Yes.
not to glaze Daytona too hard, but like the sound of the Corvette starting up specifically in these paddocks. Um, it's something about them. These and the Cadillacs here and Laguna Seca. Something about the way those paddocks ring, like no matter where you are,
Yeah.
you know when a Corvette's been started up because you felt it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I've been lucky enough to go to the last Rolex 24s here the last couple of years, and the vets sound good. The Mustangs sound good. The Caddies, the AMGs, they just, oh man. And last year we had the 787 make an appearance. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Oh, sick. The 787 is always special to experience. I was
Yes.
at Daytona last year, but I didn't see the 787, so it must have been on a day I didn't go. Um, but I've experienced it at Laguna Seca during the Rolex reunion, which happens there every year. It's probably one of the best vintage racing events that happens every
Oh
year.
man.
Happens during Car Week. Um, Imagine camping and like being awakened to the sound of a 787 being exercised through the
Right.
fog at Laguna Seca. I was like, and I've made it. I've accomplished everything I ever wanted to accomplish. I'm good.
Yeah. It was amazing. I totally agree with you.
You know what? Season two left to pass you if you're listening. How about some Group C action? A little. Let's take it back. Let's get the 787 out there. Let's get the Saubers out there and see what we could do. Um,
Yes.
964. Was it 964 or 965, the Porsche? I don't remember. I missed that era of racing. I'm slightly too young, but again, vintage racing is where you go to experience machinery you didn't see in its heyday. Act like it's still in its heyday.
Right.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Have you ever been to any vintage racing events? Not a thing for you?
Uh, only the couple I witnessed. Like I said, I'm pretty new to the IMSA and the WEC and all that stuff. Just within the last 2, 3 years. So I'm not too young to have missed it. I'm just a late bloomer. So we'll go
It's
with
all
that.
good.
But um, there was, at the 24 hours, they have those couple little races before the actual 24-hour race starts. And yeah, the vintage cars are out there. And it's just amazing to see those old cars go around this track.
It is. I mean, there's nothing like it. All the different sounds and stuff. They
Yeah,
also do a Daytona Classic 24, which I've been to one time. Super cool. Again, to see the machinery of the era, to see actual like IMSA GTP cars duking it out at Daytona is sick.
yeah.
I think we got to do an Upshift Media and VIP meetup at the Midi at Road Atlanta next year or something. Let's do it East Coast vintage racing event situation. Let's go.
Hey, I like the sounds of that.
I like it. So on the, I don't want to stay on the vintage subject, but I mean Daytona is an old and storied track. It's one of the most iconic tracks in America, which is a country full of iconic old tracks. But Daytona is like Daytona is like the home of NASCAR, right? Like NASCAR
Yeah,
pretty much started at Daytona on the beach.
it did.
Yeah, in the
And then,
sand
yep,
with actual stock cars. Just
yep.
insane.
It, wa-
Just
it,
take the hubcaps off and let's go.
and they did too. It was amazing racing there on the beach. And then they come around turn 1 and 2 hit that, like, what I guess would be the back stretch down the asphalt back into the beach. And it was just, that would have been amazing to witness in real life. I'm not that old, so I didn't get to see that. But I did get to watch the first Daytona that was televised. So that was,
Wow, nice.
yes, I am that old. But it was, and I've been a NASCAR fan for decades now. Most people who know me know that. But um, it just, yeah, this is the home of NASCAR. First race of their schedule is right here. Their Super Bowl, as they call it. Instead of waiting to the end, they do their Super Bowl first race of the year.
Yeah. as iconic as the Rolex 24 is, whenever I tell people I'm going to Daytona for the 24-hour race, they always think I'm talking about NASCAR. And I'm like, there's not a 24-hour NASCAR race. I'm going
No.
to the other big worldwide iconic race there. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's how big NASCAR is in Daytona. Okay.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Oh man, I would love to experience the 500 for sure. As someone who's relatively new to being a NASCAR fan, and not a good one at that. I mean, like I don't watch any races right now. Daytona and super speedway restrictor racing in particular, just I love it. I just love everything about it. I love that you have to work together as a team with basically everybody until you betray everyone. Watching people
Right.
find the lane that has the energy in it and dive in there. It's such a good race and probably the
Yes.
best example of what oval racing should be, in my
Yes.
opinion. And
I
then you
agree
get
with
the
you.
big one every time.
Every
It
time.
just happens. It just is
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
These guys are going 200 plus mile an hour in what used to be really rudimentary machinery. Now it's almost basically a GT3 car.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
It is.
Has
I mean,
that, I mean, we're going to be in GT3 cars today in this race. Like in NASCAR in real life, has that kind of affected just how exciting the super speedways are?
um, no. Well, maybe. I guess it really depends on your point of view. I still look at them as separate. But again, I've been watching NASCAR for decades now, and I've watched them go through multiple different generations of cars, and finally landing on this one they're using now. And they're fine tuning it. It's all, now everybody can see everybody else's telemetry when they hit the gas. They can go onto a website and see what all the other teams are doing. It's that part I'm not too hip on, but yeah,
Racing
but
evolves.
yeah, yeah,
It evolves. But you know what? Shout out to everyone still doing oval racing the old way. There's still tons of dirt tracks out there where
oh
folks are
yes,
doing ovals like Daytona of old on the beach and how it used to be. So you can still kind of go back and see that, and nobody has anybody's telemetry there. I can
no, no,
promise you that. Um,
and you
man,
probably get some of your best oval racing at local tracks, man. It just good
yep,
old Saturday night racing.
you sure do. You sure do. Though I will say, one time I went to an oval and oh gosh, I don't remember the kind of car it is. The one with the big old scoops on the front and the uh roof.
It's sprint cars,
Sprint
open
car.
wheel.
Thank
Yep,
you.
got the big wing up
Um,
top.
when are we gonna start putting starters in those things? Because I went to an oval race, they could not go more than 2 laps of action, and so everyone stops the car, they get off the clutch, and they had like 4 Jeeps to push start fields of
Yes,
20, 25 cars. I was like, we're
yes,
never gonna get through 20 laps of this. I gotta go. I'm going home. It's getting late, and quite frankly, I am out in West Bubble Arc. I gotta get back to civilization. Man, still worth going. Worth going. It's so much fun.
yes.
And tonight we're gonna get a little bit of oval racing action, but this is of course the Daytona 24-hour layout, which has a feel.
A-
Um,
And and I think the way the combo's set up, it's going to go just like a 24-hour race. We're going to start in the daytime. You'll see it rotate through night back into the morning by the end of the race. So another great aspect I left Apache's put into this combo.
Heck yes. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that because, man, like standing at, I don't know, in the stands over by the West Horseshoe.
Hmm.
I don't know how else to put it, but yeah, just about there. There's a lot of stands there, and when the sun sets, it's probably the most beautiful scene you've ever seen. Just race cars
Yes.
coming out of turn one into the infield section, and then in the background, past the curve of the grandstands, you'll see just this orange glow.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're gonna see all of it here. Sunrise equally as beautiful. I wonder, do when you do overnight, do we get the fireworks in the game?
I don't think so.
Ah,
I yeah. I think during the GTWS, when they do nations and manufacturers, I think you get the fireworks there. But when we're in open lobbies like this, I don't think you get that. You do see the Ferris wheel; it gets all lit up and stuff on the inside of the track there. But yeah, no fireworks, unfortunately.
Got it. That's a shame. AOJ, come on, man. You said that you were instrumental in starting the GTWS. That's the Gran Turismo World Series viewers. We interviewed AOJ at the beginning of this broadcast, and he said basically he single-handedly, with like one pinky, created that whole thing. Um, no, he is the reason that those races are broadcasted. We need the fireworks for us
Need the
regular,
fireworks.
regular folks. You know, we need them. Those things woke me up one time when I absolutely did not want to be awakened. I was
And
covering the Daytona 24 with just one other person, and we wanted to cover all 24 hours of it and take photos. So we took turns sleeping. And I get to my car. I stupidly parked it right up against the grandstands because, everyone had left for the night. And like, I promise you, as soon as I fell asleep, the fireworks went off and I about died.
what's crazy is this year during the 24, the fog was so thick. There was like a 30-foot ceiling. You couldn't even see the fireworks.
Yeah, which is
Except,
so eerie when that happens here.
yeah, yeah, that was crazy.
It's already pretty flat there, but man, so cars are coming out for the for qualifying. That's a 10-minute qualifier, and I'm gonna guess that everyone's probably gonna stick together here to try to maximize on slipstream. I mean, it really matters even in the qualifying around here. But again, they're not gonna have that strong slipstream that they had in the Division II race. So Papa, how close do you have to be to get slipstream when it's on weak like this? We said about 1.5 seconds on strong. What about weak?
I think you're still looking about the 1 to 1.2. I think you can still catch a good little slipstream. And I think that's what you're going to see here in qualifying. You're going to see teammates trying to find each other during this qualifying session. So that a couple teams we got that have 3 drivers, expect to see some pretty good times that they can get their strat and teamwork in together.
Yeah, speaking of teams with 3 drivers, if we can get that driver card back up, we were just looking at Doodle Bob with Ghost. There are 3 drivers in Ghost. That purple livery there. He is sitting 12th in the drivers championship, but Ghosts are sitting in 5th. Now, of course, these are standings that also count the Thursday night races, so this will change after the end of this race. So I would say maybe give it a day or two, but go check out motorsportleagues.com, do a search for the VIP League, and look at those standings for the updates. Cyrus Nikki with Team Gotifi, he's sitting in 16th, and their team is 7th in the championship, which I think is like, that last? Close to?
Pretty close, I think.
Right? Yeah, well, they don't want to be there, of course, but again, well, we got a whole race here to go. And yes, that is 7th. That is last. JP Scale, his teammate, both of them are super fast, by the way. JP Scale's 10th in the Drivers' Championship. And again, they are 7th here. I expect both of these drivers to put on a great show and get great points for their team here. Ooh, S7R. You guys, full disclosure, this is my team, all right? So I'm always going to root for the S7R boys. We got Mr. Racing and Rusty Maggots. They didn't have a great race last Saturday, so we're hoping we'll do better this time around. Rusty is in 22nd in the Drivers' Championship. The team is sitting in 4th right now before today's point, so we're in a good place there. Papa, if you had to pick a team, I don't see any PHG drivers here specifically, but if you had...
He was in early. He was in the last race we just watched. Lyric.
Ah, right, Lyric. Forgot, PHG Lyric. Well, he did all right. He did
okay.
Yep. Yeah. My other teammate.
If
Jorge,
I had
our current NRL champion, is Jorge.
And PHG World Series champion.
And PHG World Series champion. So Jorge having a hell of a year so far in esports racing. He's 99th in the Drivers' Championship because I think this is his first race. His team is 7th. The Wild Cards are 7th in the championship. Wait, I thought that was Team Gotifi. Now I'm confused.
I think they're tied for last.
Ah, got it. All right. Fast Swizzle. I always forget what that team all actually stands for, because I know what I think it stands for.
Right. I think everybody's on that same page.
Yep. I've been told a million times what the real
I
acronym
know.
is.
I have too. But yes, I'm right there with you.
They got to start accepting our own interpretation. Tanya coming in fast. Currently, we got Regalado rather, at the top here with a 145.1, but I think we have everyone across the line now. So, yeah, ooh, what is this happening here? Somebody slow down, or that was weird. Hopefully nobody's got damage.
Yeah, I think they're just going slow. I think they're. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here.
Got it. Teammates.
Yeah, teammates. Looking for open track, maybe.
I see. Yeah, probably that. That makes sense. Team games happening here, and of course, you do want that slipstream. So I can see Regalado and If Looks Could Kill trying to make something happen here. AMS did pretty good, or their team did pretty good last night with AMS Super S2K. The Apex Motorsports team been around for a good while.
And these guys are sitting 1-2 in qualifying right now, so
they are.
Know what they're doing.
Regalado, If Looks Could Kill, both of them using up a lot of fuel right now. Second gear, half throttle. Okay, got it. In third, you got VIP's Not Crawler, and then Bob in fourth, Distinct Boise in fifth so far. VIP's JP Scale in sixth. He's gonna pit actually. Jorge Senior's in seventh. I expect him to jump up at some point. And in eighth, who's also in the pits, you got Cyrus Nicky. So drivers starting to go in the pits and get fresh tires. I'm guessing the AMS boys are probably going to do the same. They were riding along together, but I would imagine the two big pace drivers will jump in together. Maybe. They are still going slow. Yeah, you would want to start speeding up if you were going to cross the line.
Right.
Yeah,
they're fuel burning.
They are. They are. Just a little bit on the brakes. You can see them. A little bit of brake on there, keeping the RPM real high, trying to get that fuel used up and lighten up the gas tanks. I don't see anyone else doing that. So they're already first and second, but they're trying to ensure that they keep those times.
Yeah.
Back when I used to do daily races, many moons ago, in an ancient game called Gran Turismo Sport, this was me. I spent the first lap always, first, second gear on the brakes, just trying to get that fuel tank low, and then I would actually qualify. But I think they not the daily races. I'm sorry, that would be Nations League and whatever the other one is. God, so far I don't know. Manufacturers. Thank you. I once took Jaguars on manufacturer. What was I thinking? I had a good time though. I love that car. I love that car so much. JP Scale and Cyrus Nicky are on an outlap right now, so they're coming out of the chicane. They're gonna speed it up. Now these two are definitely contenders for the big pace boys. So we're gonna see where they end up now. They're gonna be getting up to speed so they can cross this line and get as fast a lap as they can before the end of qualifying here. We have 2 more minutes, so that's enough time for them to get in 2 laps. Actually, they'll get the first one. This would be their best chance, of course, but they'll have.
I'd like to see them a little closer together.
I would too, especially with the weak slipstream. But
yeah,
maybe they know something we don't.
Right.
Catch up to each other and get the slingshot. Who knows?
There's a reason they're A+ drivers and I'm not. So.
There's a reason. There is a reason. I think I'm gonna, one of these days, I'm gonna jump back in the daily races and I'm gonna start from the bottom and see where I can get. I've achieved A+, but I did not maintain A+, and then I quit. So I've never climbed back up there. I'd like to see if I can do it.
I was A+
for practice.
I was A+ for 2 races.
Nice.
And now I'm about to lose my A, so I've got to get back in the swing of things too.
Oh yeah, get back in there. Don't lose your A now. Don't lose your A. That's a badge. It's a badge of honor right there.
Right.
Jorge and Swizzle coming together. You got a lot of teammates coming together here. I think. Jorge and Swizzle have similar similarly simple liveries, but are they teammates? Let's see. Jorge
I
is
believe they are.
with. They are. Okay. Right. We got the ghost, which is going to be Jorge, left to pass you, and supposed to be Dwayne, but I don't think we have a Dwayne, do we?
Oh, there was a block. Swizzle just blocked Jorge. Maybe they're not teammates.
Swizzy, what's going on? Uh-oh, and there goes, oh, okay.
There's
Jorge's
Jorge.
gonna come around here. I think Swizzle, maybe that was an accident. Well, regardless.
Yeah.
Where are the Gotifi boys? Let's see how they handled their lap.
See, looks like Iris Nicky is
Nikki,
P8
they
right
just
now.
crossed the line.
Yeah. So yeah, they're still running 7/8 right now.
7/8, and they just crossed the line. So that's what they pulled off with the slipstream together here. So JP Scale with the 46 flat, and then Cyrus Nikki with the 46-1. They're gonna have to do better than that. Oh, and they got jumped by Dwayne T. He's in ninth. He's coming between them. Yeah.
Boise just took our provisional poll right now.
Boyd's in pole. You're right. I just saw that. I was like, I thought I saw two people jump with a 144.7. So this is the last chance for the Gotifi team. I think Big Pace might still be out there trying to see if they can jump back up to the top here. But Boyd's way up there, kind of alone. You know? Yeah. His other teammate nowhere near. It's the crawler. I don't see him here. Coming towards the last couple of corners. Doing well in the chicane. Sorry, I had to hold my breath there.
You're right. Oh, I was afraid of that.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of too. These cars are so much more susceptible to dirty air than the GR4s that we saw at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. We're going to keep practicing saying that. So unfortunately, Cyrus with the half second is going to have to serve it here. JP Scale is left to finish out that lap. These cars are all done. This little gaggle here. And so is now JP Scale, who does not improve, ends up in 8th place. Cyrus Nicky stays in 10th. Rusty Maggots.
7th.
Sorry, who goes to 7th?
Nope, they're still back there in 11th for Rusty Maggots.
Ah, got it.
11th for Sector 7.
That's what I thought I saw. Okay, I thought you said someone jumped up to 7th. Got it. Well, that was qualifying. Not as much of a big jump between drivers towards the end as we did for Division 2, but we did get a jump by Distinct Voidsy, who's going to come into first place with a 144.791. We got another all Viper field here again, by the way.
Yep.
R Regalado in second place with a 145.1. If Looks Could Kill comes in third with a 145.124. Not Crawler VIP is in fourth place with a 145.5. And then Doodle Bob will take fifth place, also with a 145.5. Jorge Sr. in sixth place with a 145.8. VIP's left to pass you will be in seventh place with a 145.9. JP Scale in eighth with a 146 flat. In ninth place, we're going to see VIP's Cyrus Nicky GT. He's got a 146.1. S7R's Mr. Racing 40 with a 146.2. Rusty Maggots in 11th with a 146.3. Then FAF Swizzle 606 in 12th place with a 146.4. VIP Player will take 13th, or will start in 13th rather, with a 147.2. And last on the grid is VIP Dwayne T with that doesn't make sense, a 146 flat. So something weird going on with timing there, but I think we did see that he was in ninth place.
Yes.
That was weird. We'll see where he actually starts. Hopefully doesn't have a weird start like we did in on Saturday's race last time. That was interesting. So this is our Drivers' Championship outlook. Do you mind taking us through that, Papa, one more time?
Absolutely. Yep. Here we've got Rodrigo with big pace and his teammate Lookie running P1 and 2. And in P3 and 4, 2 more teammates with Get Busy and Super S2K. So big pace, definitely putting the hammer down early on in this season. Then in P5, we've got Void with RPM Bandits. Flobster is running P6 with Infinite Octane and Friends. P7 is Crawler with another RPM Bandits teammate. Win, who we did see get the win last night here at Daytona with Sector 7, is running P8. Bobagito and the Wild Cards is running P9. And rounding out top 10 is JP Scale with 18 points. I mean, it's super tight for our team championships. Again, big pace, holding points 1 through 4 right now in the Drivers' Championship. So no surprise that they're up front by quite the distance over RPM Bandits in P2. Infinite Octane and Friends in P3. Sector 7 Titans in P4. Right behind them by 1 point is Ghosts in P5. Team Go TV, 34 points in P6. And rounding out the team championship are the Wild Cards with 30 points, P7.
Well, yeah, big pace, absolutely running away with it so far.
So far.
We're
It's only
still
been one
very
round,
early.
so
It's only been one round. That's right, baby. We're very, very early in this season. And
yeah.
shoot, how many rounds do we have? Is it like before the grand final?
I think 7.
7, something like that.
I
Yeah.
think 7 rounds and then the final.
Lots and lots of racing to
Yeah.
go. Lots and
Yeah.
lots of points to be awarded. You just never know. So I'm super excited to see how this continues to develop here. So in today's race, shoot, remind me, is this one a rolling start as well? I believe so, yeah?
I believe it is. Yep.
Okay, so more just getting started with just line up and use that slipstream. We're not even going to give you a chance to have a bad launch or anything like that. Just get to it. Turn 1 is always scary around here, Papa. You know,
especially on the first lap.
Oh gosh, yes, because inevitably you're going to end up with some people side by side. It's so much fun.
It is. I agree with you.
It's such a good time, but
It's intense.
also such a terrifying time. I can't explain it. I mean, really, turns 1 through 3 are absolutely intense around here, and I expect it to be no different with this race.
Yeah, and then of course you've got the chicane on the back, where anything can happen. Side by side racing, penalties galore. Expect to see a few of them this race, and of course, as Gran Turismo players, we all know of the invisible wall there in turn 1, which did cause some havoc last night too. So it's racing. Anything can happen. Team event. Strategies are going to be out the window on this. I can't wait to get it started.
I mean, it seems like Thursday was a fantastic show. I expect no less in this one. I mean, with Jorge Sr. starting in 8th place, you know, I'm kind of expecting him to put on a show, but then the drivers ahead of him they're no slouches. They're not going to make it easy. They're not going to make it easy at all for him. So I think top 5 is definitely going to be hot. There should probably be a bit of mid-pack action. But like you said, that invisible wall at turn 1, penalties from the chicane, all of that are going to affect how this race goes and how it plays out. I mean, that chicane, dude, even in real life, Papa, like real life professional, I get a paycheck to do this. Drivers are very naughty in that chicane. They can't get it right either.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, just 1 foot off on your entrance, and it'll screw up your whole chicane if you're off that line. So
it sure will. So the cars are rolling out. We are starting the VIPGT World Championship Corvette Cup. I'm sorry, Viper Cup. It would be nice if it was all the vets, right? But here we go. That is green, 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 and immediately everyone gets in line. They know the game, and it is airflow. So into turn 1 for Voidy, the 2 AMS drivers getting a little bit closer there. The big pace drivers, rather, under the braking. Thought I saw Voidy's back end start to get a little bit light on him, but he held on to it just fine. And everyone seemed to get through turn one really neatly, which is nice. We've already got Team Gotifi trying to attack someone on the Ghost there in the mid pack, but he got the better exit out of turn three. Let's go through the kink and towards the International Horseshoe. This corner is probably one of the toughest ones in the infield for me. It's just deceptive coming out of it. You know, you think you have grip and then you don't. But this one is the absolute worst. Coming back onto the high banks, you got a big jolt right there. You see both cars get a little bit squirrely there as you hit the bump going towards the high banks, but ultimately every driver through neatly, at least the ones that we can see there. Got Regalado here tucked in neatly into Boise's slipstream. What do you think? If you're big pace, do you hang out with Boise or you try to, yep, there's a bump draft, or I thought we were going to see a bump draft.
Yeah.
Regalado just braked early.
Yep.
I think you got to try to get him up out of the way, but it's got to be where both of you can go through. Both Regalado and Iflix could kill, who we saw follow, I think it was Super S2K last Saturday, into turn one at Interlagos. I think really well. VIPJP Scale away from his teammate there. He's in 8th place. I thought Nikki started in 10th place, so they were already separated. But here we go, three-way battle for P6 here. And they're gonna leave Jorge to dry. No, Jorge deep on the brakes into turn one, refuses to give it up, stays right there in 7th place behind left to pass you. He actually started in 8th, so he's gained a position at some point here. And that moves Jorge up into 7th. No change up front, just the two big pace drivers following.
Side by side for the lead.
Side by side for the lead just a little bit, but I think Boise got the better exit there. But he's definitely under attack. He has to see that. And I wonder if he's going to take evasive action or if he's going to go ahead and let these two drivers get around him. It's unclear for now. Is that I think that's the default livery on the Viper, yeah?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it still looks so good. It's one of the best ones. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, beautiful car. I'm not surprised that everyone took it. It's so quick around here. It's such long legs. And it was a beast in the GTLM era of IMSA racing, specifically around this track. So this is appropriate, I would say.
Well, it looks like we have Boise and Crawler both on the racing cards, while Team Big Pace went with the racing mediums to start this race. So it's actually impressive Boise's been able to hold off Big Pace so far. Being on the
you're right.
Compound.
It is, and I think it comes down to Big Pace just not attacking. And now they've decided to get a bump draft right there between the teammates just to get around Boise. And Boise not really trying to fight it. It stays out of their way and let them pass.
Yeah, and I think what that does too is it allows Crawler to get, I believe Crawler and Boise are teammates. I could be wrong on that, but I think that puts those two teammates together as well.
That's correct, which would work out for them well. I think they are, RPM bandits for both of them, so they are teammates. It does work out, and maybe Crawler can help Boise out. Are they both on the hards? I missed that on Crawler.
They are. Boise and Crawler are both on the hards. So.
Be on the same strategy. What are we looking at here? Big dive from an S7R driver. Oh man, up the inside into turn 3 over left to pass me. So that's Mr. Racing 40 getting up to 8th place for the S7R Titans there. Teammate Rusty Maggots is pretty far behind. I wonder if he's out of the clip there for Rusty. I don't think so. He's pretty close, but these cars are all going to have slipstream. It's going to be a whole lot of speed coming through that line for them. He's kind of been left out to dry a little bit, but well done on that pass. Now we got Regalado leading if he looks to get killed right behind. And I mean, I don't think there's much that can stop these two drivers. They qualified 1 and 2 outside of Boise. They're both on the faster tire right now, and they're going to be working together. Look at this line of cars here, though, Papa. I mean, not all these drivers are teammates.
Jorge up to P5. Jorge making moves, leading this group.
Yes, he is, and all of them stuck together here. This looks like a proper NASCAR line here.
Right.
Yeah, some late pitters maybe just all running together, right?
Right. And they are closing on the leaders. So as a group, they're running faster than those top four.
They are. Ooh, and a big lunge there from left to pass you. I don't know if that was on purpose, maybe
Yeah.
just accidentally missing the braking, because it makes sense to me that everyone would work together here, not trying to pass
Yeah.
each other. He does back out of it, lets Mr. Racing go. But of course, he would have had the most slipstream out of everyone, and he just can't get it woed up in time. Ooh,
So close to that wall.
very close to the invisible wall there. Mr. Racing, good heads up racing there to stay on the outside and leave the space for left to
Good
pass.
track.
Very
Yeah,
good
good
try.
track awareness there.
Exactly. I think they actually still got closer to that line of 4 drivers up top. I think.
Well, and if anybody can lead a pack faster, it's going to be Jorge. So they've got the right guy leading that pack. They just got to hold on to his slip and work together.
They do. It looks like Boise and Crawler might be losing if Looks to Kill and Regalado here. That gap seems to be bigger. It makes sense. You can see if Looks to Kill giving Regalado gentle taps as they head towards the game. Well, as I say that, they got closer.
They got closer, yeah.
Yeah, well, the slip is worth a lot here, and they were just on that long backstretch before the chicane, so I think that's keeping the RPM Bandits still in it, even though they're on the slower tire between the two teams.
Yeah, they're definitely on their bumper now.
Oh yeah, whoa, that's huge. I mean, that looks almost like the Division II race. You know, is
Yeah.
the slipstream? Did we fix the
Wow.
slipstream settings? Wow. That's huge. I mean, that's really good news for them to not lose these two. You don't want to lose anybody on that big pace team. I mean, they're absolutely dominating. And it seems like everyone on that team is super fast. Look at our second line, 5th through 9th there, just not too far away. 10th and 11th, 12th, kind of not really in it. VIP players in the pits. Is that for damage, or did they park it? I guess we'll see. They're coming
Does
in
have
now.
damage, front end damage.
Damage on the front end, not what you want around here. He's gonna go ahead and pit. Go ahead and get some fresh rubber. Are we fueling up a little bit? Yes, we're gonna put fuel in the car, just a splash, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And then back out for VIP players. So gonna be running alone for a good long while.
They come out on the mediums.
Yeah. Price didn't try to go long on the hards, but maybe mediums allow him to pit with his teammates or something, and they can, get back together on the track. Again, slipstream is so important here. There are very few braking zones, and the ones that there aren't hard braking. There's just not a lot of easy places to pass around here. You got, let's see, Papa, you got turn 1, obviously. Turn 3 is a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe what's that going on to the back on the high band, turn 5 or 6?
Yep.
Good one.
Obviously into the chicane.
Right, into the chicane, but even that is, I mean, you don't break that hard for the chicane. It's so fast. If you're gonna pass there, the opportunity is it's fleeting and it's narrow. But if you're brave, yeah, you can do that. You go. Mr. Racing mowing the lawn a little bit there.
Yeah, he was.
Slow down. Yeah, what happened there? He seems to be doing well coming out of. Oh, almost lost the back end, overcorrected.
Good save.
Ooh, that was a fantastic save. No assists either. If you notice that. I mean, traction control, but no stability or anything like that. But he is going to pick up a half-second penalty for it, unfortunately.
And
the penalty for.
That may knock him out of the slipstream. He does have a couple cars behind him, so he'll still have some slip help, but I think he's going to lose this 5 cars.
We will still have some slip help. I think maybe with it being on weak, he won't lose the cars ahead of him by too much, and then they'll be braking for turn 1 sooner than later, though you still have a huge acceleration zone right after the penalty zone. It's kind of in a terrible place. And by terrible, I mean it's wonderful for the penalty. It actually does penalize you, but as the driver who is getting the pen. Oh, it's rough. It's rough.
Yes.
Yo,
You
so
gotta hand it to Boise and Crawler here, being on that harder compound. They are keeping pace with the big pace team running on
I
the
was just
mediums.
about to
So
say that. Yeah, the Bandit's staying right there, and they've got a tire they can go longer on. So I would
yeah,
imagine the big pace boys probably feeling a little bit of heat now, not being able to run away from them.
yeah.
They've been traditionally quick, of course, but if the cars who have tires that are gonna last longer are keeping up with you, then where's your advantage? You know, not even fuel really, because those two drivers have the slip on them. It's really cool to see how many cars are still running together, even if it's just two cars, like we see coming into the horseshoe right now, an S7R driver and that's Cyrus Nicky there behind
Sorry.
Rusty
Yep.
Maggots. Yeah, that's great to see, keeping in with the philosophy of this race. Granted, we still got 48 and a half minutes left, so lots of
Yeah.
opportunity to folks to separate, and then it's all on you and your pace around here. It's a great track to hot lap, though, right? I mean, you enjoy
Oh,
lapping around here?
yes, absolutely. I could do the road course. I could do the tri-oval. If we're at Daytona, I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, it's a really good track, and it feels when you look at it, you're like, okay, so what? Like a couple corners on the infield and it's a chicane or whatever, but they're all technical, they're all
Yeah.
different. There's a surprising amount of elevation change in
Mm-hmm.
some of these corners for a track that, is basically flat. It's in Florida, of all places. But that all adds to the allure of it, is that it's not perfect, and it makes for some good racing, good enough for 24 hours worth of it, quite frankly. Ooh, don't hit each other, guys. This is the best place to sit, isn't it? Right here over by turn one.
Yeah, and yes, best seats. We're where we sit with a group of us. We sit where we can watch them come into turn one and leave onto the high base. We're right in
That's
the middle of that.
exactly it. Oh yeah, that's the
We
best
sit
spot
up,
for all the
yeah,
action is.
yeah. We sit up high so we can see the back stretch, the chicane.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. We probably sat next to each other, Papa, and didn't even know,
probably.
honestly, because that's
It
like
sounds like it.
that is the spot. Yeah, turn one, high up, so you can see the backstretch. You can see, for the most part, the entire track. And this is probably the only road race in America where you can watch the whole race and see all of it at one time.
Yeah,
It's a fantastic privilege. Like if you've ever been to a race, it is a much better experience than watching it on TV. But on TV, you don't miss any of the action, really. If you do, there's a replay or something like that. If you go on real life, you can only see the corner that you can see, right? Maybe
right.
a couple others depending on elevation and where you're at. But you kind of have to walk around, and you don't really get a sense of how the race is going except from watching the timer tally.
Right.
But I would still recommend that you go to races in real life because, again, it's an amazing experience, especially leagues like IMSA where they're so open in the paddocks and you can get really close up to the cars. I'm not saying you can walk into the garage and put your hands on a car, but you can be in the way, literally. I've been asked to move, okay, by teams because I was in the way and how close I was. Yeah, you almost get hit in the paddocks. I've almost got hit several times. These cars are hard to get started on their clutch, so don't get in the way. Okay, they don't want to stall it, so they're not going to stop you. So you're just going to get yelled at, and you may get run over by a Porsche. It happens. Uh, just move. But yes, go to the races. Go feel the cars, like we talked about, the sound of the Corvettes and basically all the General Motors cars, the sounds of the Corvettes and the Cadillacs starting up
Yeah.
and running. We're nearing the end of those kinds of sounds. Mercedes and Cadillac are kind of the last V8 holdouts. Of course, there's the Valkyrie now, though. Aston Martin going full old school.
Looks
The
like
new Toyota.
Crawler got by Boise. Gonna lead his team on the march to keep on the big pace here.
Well, hey, whatever works. I mean, I don't see that there's much of a difference, but maybe
Yep.
something happened. Boise went a little bit slow through something, and they were able to swap it out without losing each other. Regalato's creating a little bit of a gap to his
I
teammate.
would
It
say,
looks like he could kill here, and I think he's under attack by the crawler. Yeah, the
yep.
crawler looking to get around him into the breaking for the chicane, and he makes it happen. So the crawler splits the two big pace drivers here. I wonder if looks to kill could kill had an issue or
Yeah,
something.
I don't know. But that was a perfect opportunity for Crawler to
It was
separate those
a perfect
teammates.
opportunity. Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully his teammate can get up there as well or play some kind of interference here. I don't know, but he's a little bit far away. Ooh, the crawler with a bump draft on Regalato just to try and keep away from if looks could kill, and definitely both fighting it out for
Inside.
tracking in turn one here side by side, but I think the crawler's gonna get out just ahead of him, and this is gonna slow down the entire line if these two
It
continue to
will.
fight. It
This
will,
is
and
exactly what Jorge needed.
exactly. Jorge's not far away.
And you know, it's big pace. They're running on these mediums, and those things are looking pretty worn. They might just be
Yeah,
losing pace overall.
I forgot about that. I didn't think about it. The crawler almost got up close there. So looking at the mediums on Regalato's car, the fronts are done. That right rear is done. Not crawler has the hards on, and they still look pretty decent. If looks to
Yeah.
kill is still under attack though, or still attacking. So, but he's in pretty much the same boat as his teammate Regalato, tire wise. There, looking at distinct Boise, same situation with his cards as not crawler. They're not great, but they're better than the mediums. Jorge Senior's on the hard, same situation on tires, 50 scale. Good tires, way less fuel in that car than Jorge has, though. Doodle Bob, also same situation. These are kind of looking all the same here. That's Mr. Racing, kind of worn hards, less fuel. Left to pass you, same, no difference there. Coming down to Cyrus Nicky, nothing has changed with his situation. Rusty Maggots in 11th place, a tiny bit more fuel, tiny bit more rubber on his car than Cyrus does. Then Swizzle, same exact situation, but running alone. So that's actually really impressive to not have the slip. VIP player we saw in the pits due to damage took those mediums, so they look a little fresher than the other mediums we've seen. And he has a little bit more fuel. Those are the fuel and tire situations for all the drivers. And very surprising to see how much fuel Jorge has in. Regalato has a similar amount of fuel, but it's still going to have to pit because they have the mediums on.
Big pace going one more lap on those medium tires.
Hey, big pace is sticking to the plan, I guess. 41 minutes to go. We see it's starting to get a little dusky, a little twilighty out here, getting dark on this track. We'll see those headlights pop on. They're on now, actually, but we're starting to see the glow of the discs on the brakes. That's how dark it's getting around here. Happens quick around here, too, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be looking at the sunset, and you'll be talking about how beautiful the sunset is, and next thing you know, it's almost pitch black minus the incredibly powerful stadium lights around here. Look at this, first through ninth, all within 5 seconds of one another. I mean, this race it's shaping up to be a really, really good one. Mr. Racing flashing the brake lights there for Cyrus. What's that? Maybe a please don't bump draft me into the braking zone.
Right. Go easy.
Go easy. It's always scary when you see somebody and you're like, I don't know if they're going for it, but please not right now. I don't know if I can handle it. Things are pretty broken up here. I mean, Doodle Bob is not too far from us to pass you. That's a ghost driver. Jorge's the other ghost drivers, but he's all the way in fifth. Who's breaking off the pit?
Big pace.
Regalato. And if looks to kill, a big pace into the pits for fresh rubber. They have the mediums on. The hards, I wonder how much further the hards are going to take these drivers.
Maybe 2 more laps would be my guess. And Jorge's caught the top 2 drivers here. He is super close to him now.
He is making his way from 8th place up to 3rd. Of course, the 2 big pace drivers will probably come out and split him again. don't imagine they're going to have slow pit stop. They have a similar amount of fuel as Jorge, so probably not going to have a fueling advantage either necessarily. But yeah, Jorge's super close to that. Yeah, he's right there. Oh my gosh. It might be close when these drivers come out of the pits. We'll see him very soon, unless Jorge goes into the pits this lap, which I don't think is going to happen. He has no reason to. He's on the hard tire and he seems to be doing okay on fuel as well. But given that, like you said, it'll probably only be a couple more laps that they'll go over the medium. I wonder if Big Pace might have the right of it, taking the mediums. Over 2 laps,
it'd be interesting what tire compound they came out on.
Yeah.
If they came out on the mediums or the hards.
I did not see. We're looking at the bandits here, RPM bandits, Crawler and Boydsie. I don't think they're going to pit this time around, but they're coming around the final turn. One more, I would imagine, yeah. You're right, one more for them. There's Doodle Bob. Here's S7R, Mr. Racing, and Left to Pass You. Cooperating for now. Not teammates, but trying to get up to that front pack there with 5th place. So you're going to see a little bit of bumping from Left to Pass You to try to push Mr. Racing ahead, but Left to Pass You gets to the outside of turn 1. I don't know if that was an attempt to pass. I think that was just getting some air over that front splitter to help the car slow down and stop.
That purple looks so good at night.
It's really nice, isn't it? Such a good looking car. I really want a Viper of this generation. I don't have no reason to have a V10 in my life, but
Big Pace looks like they came back out on the mediums.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go medium all the way in this race.
They'll probably have to pit one more time.
That's right. And if the hard's only going a couple more laps over them, I think they have the right of it. I think the medium's pace can overcome that. Truly. We'll see if these hard runners start coming in soon. We're starting to see the leaders get back onto the high banks for the back stretch. We'll see if some of them jump in now or if they jump in later. But the hards look horrible on Doodle Bob's car. And it's going to be the same situation for most other people. It's not worth it being on worn out hards. I think Papa, I think Big Face got it.
I think Doodle's coming in.
Oh, he's got to be. Those tires are sick and tired. Okay?
Yeah, they are.
Tired tires. V10 sounds.
Looks like the whole front 7 drivers in the pits.
That's right. Here they come. Wow. Look at the fuel differences.
Wow.
15% for Boydsie. So more fuel than Jorge, who's got 15. Not Crawler's got 12 liters. Cyrus Nicky at 11. Rusty with 14. Hey, 3 liters per second is the refueling rate. So it matters. It matters if you're 3 liters or more behind somebody else.
I'm thinking these two are probably going to have a pretty comfortable lead by the time they get around here.
They should. They got an undercut with a much faster tire than everyone else who's in traffic, basically. They've been each other's traffic, and yeah, nobody coming out of the pits just yet. But of course, the pit lane is super long here. They got to get the fuel out, so it won't be until the second lap that we see where folks come out in relation. Lots of medium runners.
10 seconds.
Wow. 10 seconds on Boydsie there, yeah. You're right. So, and they come out on mediums. So there's no tire advantage. Really, their tires would be, a couple laps newer, but that's about it.
Crawler in the pits and is now put pressure on Boydsie.
Which is interesting because, no, actually Crawler did come in with less fuel than Jorge. Boydsie came in with more fuel than Jorge, but ultimately was not able to get out fast enough to really get an advantage. Jorge squarely in his slip. We've seen how powerful the slip is around here, so unless Jorge messes up the few corners on this track, he is in prime position to take Boydsie and pick up third place. Boise will fight it though. I think. I don't think it's going to be super easy. I think Crawler's going to be all over the back of Jorge too. But we're talking about a
Oh
double
yeah.
champion here this year so far. NRL, PHG World Championship. Oh wait, was the last one? Did that finish this year, Papa?
Yes, it did.
Okay, got it.
About a month and a half ago.
Month and a half ago. Gosh, I thought it was further
Ish.
back. Time is weird. Okay,
It is.
in my mind I was like, was it end of last year? No, just a couple of
Yeah.
months ago, if that. So Jorge's definitely on a roll. He's gonna want the crown in this championship as well, I believe. So he's gonna fight hard here. But those big pace boys are nothing to play with, and they're ahead by a lot of time. And I think Jorge, even if he gets ahead of Boise, he'll be alone. I don't know if Boise will necessarily work with him. Purple for Regalado, who doesn't even have the slip right now. He's ahead of his teammate, towing him and going purple in the first sector of the racetrack. So the pace and the race is on here. Papa, have we noticed anything weird about where people came out?
You know, there's only a couple. Looks like a couple moves happened in the pits with fueling. I honestly, strategy-wise, I'm surprised so many people came out on the mediums. I guess it's me because I'm not typical, but I'd have probably run another stint on hards, knowing you're gonna have to pit again, but stretch those hards and maybe on the third stick come out on the softs.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. They're not gaining now on the two leaders being on the same tire compound.
They're not. But of course, I mean, Regalado and he'll really putting on a show with just
Teamwork.
making those mediums. Yeah, teamwork, but also making those mediums last because, you know, they stretched them obviously, but they made it almost as long as you can make it on a hard.
Right.
So I wonder if a lot of those medium stops or changes were in response to the fact that they made them last so long, or if that was always the plan for some of these drivers. I would love to do that.
Right.
You're right. I would have thought people were going hard, and then, you know, final stint on something softer, whether it's a medium or a soft. To go hard medium, and the leaders went medium, and they're still ahead of you all by 10 seconds. That's bad. Everyone's in trouble.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Well, we'll see. I love Jorge's livery. It's an homage to NASCAR, of course, with those big, you know, huge numbers on the side there. It's perfect for this track and perfect for Papa. Papa, what car is that?
That was the Miller Genuine Draft, driven by Rusty Wallace.
Miller Genuine Draft, baby.
Yep.
The champagne of the beers.
It's still my favorite beer.
Wait,
it's still
it's
the one I drink.
High Life is the champagne of beers, isn't it?
Yes. No, I'm still a Miller MGD fan myself.
Nice. Well, beautiful car, beautiful livery. On an iconic track. I mean, this is just like, if you're a fan of racing, if you're a fan of American racing, like this right here, it doesn't get much better. No. The only thing we're missing is, I don't know, a Top Fuel dragster on the front finish pit, right? On the front pit lane, right over there.
There you go.
English is hard. Yeah, we just need some drag racing going on at the same time, maybe a little bit of mudding in the infield. You know what? Daytona should do that. Should do an event. Just call it Murica, and it's just all of our racing.
Yeah, all going on at the same time.
All at the same time. I need monster trucks on the backstretch. Like, it's not safe, is what we're hearing. But this just sounds like a lot of hating to me. There's so much space here. We can make it happen and make it safe. Do I see action happening? Yeah, Jorge trying to make a move, or sorry, not Crawler, trying to make a move on Jorge, or at least disrupt him, keep him off the back of his friend. Stay away from Boise. Not Crawler, yes, sticking his nose in everywhere that he absolutely can to disrupt Jorge's lines. That's Jorge very close to distinct. How does
It,
Crawler get up there? Distinct backs him up. Distinct backs
yep,
Jorge up into
yep.
Crawler. Great teamwork there. I would have done the same thing. Parks it on the apex, slows him down. Let's not Crawler get an attack in.
And it's pretty important for Jorge to stay in between the teammates too.
It is very important for him to do just that. But as you can see, he is susceptible to some team shenanigans there. That was a really good attempt by the two RPM bandits to get him up out of there. Unfortunately, I mean, Jorge is just tough to pass. He's really hard to pass, but it does give Boise a little bit more breathing room as we saw Jorge coming right up to him. But now, if they try it again, Jorge's kind of got a heads up, right? Like, Boise's
Right.
got to do it someplace where he knows Jorge can't just drive around him. That was a good attempt. Turn 3. I think another place you could probably try that would be maybe turn 6, getting back on the high banks, only because there's just there aren't too many lines you can take through there that are fast. I mean, Jorge can try to take the high line, but it's super slippery out there. Very easy to spin it because it's dirty. But I want to see more of that.
Flag here.
I don't know what that fellow is, but somebody had a moment into turn 1, it seems. But it looks like they're clear now. What was that? That's Boise.
Oh, the leader.
Oh,
wall.
Invisible wall. I think also somebody was on a defender there.
I think that was Jorge. Jorge might have some damage.
Yeah, I think there was a tap. Yeah, there's definitely a touch there. Boise's got damage on the front. He definitely hit the wall because that front splitter is damaged. Jorge has no
damage free.
How? No way. So now it's just the Crawler left to chase Jorge, or maybe what can we do but maybe work together to try and catch up to the big pace boys. I've lost my teammate. I've lost my partner who's going to help me attack this very fast driver. And if Looks Phil and Regalado have got to be thinking to themselves, well, now Jorge's the one behind us. It's 9-second cushion. There's 27 minutes of racing, and you have a Jorge Sr. chasing you down. I don't know that they're safe.
Yeah. Again, we're down to only a 9.5-second lead. So even with them fighting, they are still able to close down on the 2 leaders. But that's not saying that the 2 leaders went to a little bit of fuel saving too, having such a big lead.
I would say for them, fuel saving and tire saving have got to be happening to give them a chance to even maybe fight. Maybe they're just maintaining a gap. Maybe they'll try to keep it at 9 seconds. Just don't know what's happening because they are up front without anyone challenging, of course. But they'll have been keeping an eye on the timing screen, and they'll know they're just that caliber of driver. Everyone here is that caliber where they'll know what pace they have to keep to keep the tires up under them, to keep the fuel, and to keep themselves from getting attacked and passed.
Now P7 and P8 can catch the 2 in front of them, catch Doodle Bomb, and make that a 4-car pack. I mean, they might be able to run down Jorge and the Crawler right in front of them. It's like we got a bunch of 2-car groups here.
We do, and a 4-car pack is going to be way more powerful. They're going to have a lot more energy, a lot more slipstream. They can bump each other and get faster and faster to catch up to Jorge, who is in a 2-car pack himself. Boise jumped into the pits to fix that damage, by the way. Can't believe Jorge got away with that. It looked like he boned him, but maybe Boise ghosted right at the right time. Ooh, not Crawler. Might have cut that first.
That was close.
It was close. Okay, he's good. He's good. I mean, the exit you can cut, but I think going into the chicane, I saw a little bit of a cut. Not Crawler going to bump Jorge. Let's work together.
They hit about a second that lap.
They did. And not Crawler won't be able to see the time to Regalado, but he can see the time to if Looks Kill, the leader. Jorge letting him around. I think Jorge just gave him the turn signal to say, get around me, go in front of me. Maybe Jorge needs to save some fuel or something like that, or thinks he can do a better job pushing not Crawler. But some interesting cooperation there between 2 drivers who aren't on the same team.
Yep.
We talked about it in NASCAR, right? We talked about cooperating in restricted plate racing.
Yep. I mean, there is no teams. It's 35 to 40 cars all fighting for a position on their own. You do have teams, but man, when it comes down to the end of the race, there are no teammates, no friends.
That's right. Nobody's a friend, and we can work it out in the paddocks afterwards too. If you still
Right.
aren't, if you still aren't satisfied on track. NASCAR is its own thing. Of course, it's gotten a lot nicer, but there are stories.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, right? I kind of like the idea of just it still being as wild as it was.
Yes.
But yeah, well, 8.2 seconds. So or 8.8 seconds. They are catching those two drivers up front, not Crawler and Jorge. You see them working together. So maybe now we'll see if Hill and Regalado start to pick up the pace a little bit. Their medium tires won't be as good as these guys, I don't think. Actually, maybe we can take a look at production, see the difference between tires.
2-lap difference, I believe, if I recall.
That's right. It was about a 2-lap difference, and it does show for these two drivers. But they're trying to take it as easy as they can and trying to keep those tires up underneath them. And maybe they'll even be able to pit at the same time as everyone behind them. If they can, that just gives them that much more advantage ahead of everyone else. But not Crawler and Jorge are really working incredibly well together here.
They are. I think the two cars behind them are closing on them, though. They're down to under 2 seconds.
Ooh, yeah. Doodle Bob and JP Scale. Well, again, we talked about how much more powerful the line gets when people join, because even behind JP Scale is Mr. Racing and Left Passing. Nobody is too far from the others. Well, here's Mr. Racing and Left Pass, who've been running together for a long time, really since the first stint. The ghosts all spread out. Of course, Jorge is pushing his way through the field from 8th now up to 4th place, voluntarily, by choice, was up to 3rd place. And then the other ghost is, oh gosh, who's the third ghost? Was it, not Left to Pass You? Help me. I don't remember who the other ghost is. They're all separate. They're all separate.
Still learning these teams.
It's Swizzle, and Swizzle been running a no man's land for a while. VIP player who's up sequence with the pit stops, now pits again, puts on probably another set of mediums, and will fuel up for maybe the end of this race.
It's going to be really tight, but he might be able to stretch for 21 minutes.
It is going to be tight, super tight. 21 minutes might be doable, and actually, since he's so far behind, he might not even have to do the full 21 minutes. Probably cross the line and take the checkered flag.
Came out right in front of the leaders.
Wow.
He's close to being lapped.
Yeah, he's getting lapped by them, and I wonder if he'll slow them down a little bit. I mean, a lot of blue flags, but if they catch him at a bad place to pass, they have no choice but to hang on and wait until it is safe to pass, and that could let not Crawler and Jorge take him down. So decisions to be made there. If it were closer, they might choose to go ahead and pit so that they don't end up running into lap traffic, but that puts them in danger of not making it to the end of the race with tires intact here.
I think VIP is going to be okay. I don't think Big Pace is going to catch him.
He does have fresh tires, and nobody here is I mean, the whole field is, I think, within about a couple seconds of one another, and that doesn't account for people just not having a disqualifier. You know what, guys, before I get into what I was about to say, these two are going to pit anyway. Look at that fuel on Regalado's car. He's out of fuel. So these two are pitting. It's not going to matter about traffic or anything like that. They're going to go ahead and stop those cars, and that's going to let Jorge and Doodle Bob take the lead. They're pretty close behind them, and they have more fuel. Yep, and sure enough, Regalado and It Looks to Kill are in the pits. Knotcrawler and Jorge will jump up to number 1 and number 2 with Doodlebob right behind them. If you are watching, which of course you're watching, like and subscribe, please, where you're at right now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on TK's channel, there is a link to the Upshift Media channel. Please go over there and also like and subscribe. On the bottom left of your screen, I have a lot of instructions, I'm sorry, but this is the last one. On the bottom left of your screen, you're seeing the Upshift Media Studios logo right now, but it will switch to a QR code. Please, please, please do us a huge favor. Open up that QR code, donate, help Upshift Media, help us continue to do this and to bring you great championship series. This is just our first one. We have already booked the second one. We're trying to bring you more excellent racing leagues like this. What do we have?
Team Ghost is looking pretty good right now. They're running P3 and P5 with Doodlebob and Left to Pass You. So they still have to pit, but right now they're currently looking pretty good.
They are. Doodlebob and JP Scale running together now, up in 3rd and 4th. I mean, they've been running close to Knotcrawler and Jorge Sr., but now they're within a second of Jorge. So they have been pushing each other up this field the entire time, and now they're on the back of potentially the 2 fastest people on track pace-wise, because Jorge and Knotcrawler were catching up with the big pace boys. So pace-wise, it's these two. Knotcrawler's got the fastest lap with a 45.9. Who's that? That's Mr. Racing. Okay.
Multitude of pits again here. Yep, here they go.
That's right. That's right. The leaders came in. These guys will react. Is this 1 lap or 2 laps after they pitted?
This is 2.
2. Okay.
No. Yeah, so it was only 1 lap.
1. Okay, so yeah, Delta is closing, I would say. They weren't able to take their mediums as far as they were in comparison to how far they took compared to the hard.
Yep.
Yep, and Crawler and Jorge had more fuel in their cars when they came in than those two. So this might come down to the line here, Papa. They might catch up, have a little 4-way battle, maybe 6-way actually, since we did see JP Scale and Doodlebob right there with Jorge and Knotcrawler. Let's see who comes out together. Those are our 2 leaders. They're in turn 2 right now, or coming out of turn 3. Jorge with a bit of a gap on Knotcrawler, who still comes out in 4th place, but no longer. And Jorge's slipping. Ooh, a little bit of slipperiness between JP Scale and Doodlebob. Those cold tires catching them out coming out of turn 3, but they held on to it. I thought there was a little bit of a touch between them. Maybe somebody was going to spin, but they managed to hold on, and they're going to continue working together. We've seen them do a great job. They're only 1.3 seconds behind Knotcrawler, but Knotcrawler's gap to Jorge again is kind of big here. So we'll see if maybe these 3 can work together to catch him as he chases down Regalado and looks to kill. Behind JP Scale and Doodlebob, we got Mr. Racing in 7th place with Left to Pass You still together. Not sure. Papa, were you going to say something?
I was going to say Jorge needs some help pretty quick before Team Big Pace starts pulling too far of a gap on him. So he needs Crawler to really get back up there behind him. Because the 2 in front, they're going to, even though they've got 1 lap older tires, they're working together. They're going to be able to pull away from Jorge, who's got that down to 6 seconds. So
6 seconds? Wow. Yeah, 6.1.
But you're going to see them. He's going to be losing some time, especially on the control straights.
Yeah, he's got pace, but yeah, as you've seen, nobody has gotten very far working alone on this track. We see Doodlebob bumping JP Scale forward, doing a great job, and they are starting to catch Crawler right there. So this will be a line of 3 cars very, very soon. And JP Scale would do well not to try to pass Crawler and try to push them. Maybe they can all catch up to Jorge and make some magic, create something, because I think the big pace boys don't have it in the bag as well as I thought they might.
No, and honestly, it could come down to that last lap in tire wear. the 1 lap difference on these racing mediums is going to be huge when it comes to the end of the stint.
I sure hope so. We'll find
Right?
out in just under 15 minutes.
We need the drama.
We need it. Production, please get your replay button ready. I wish we could queue up multiples. You just got to pick the right
Right?
one. Listen, I think we need it. Last week's Division I race at Interlagos, while of course a great race, it's a great track, wasn't as exciting as what I would have liked. So I think Saturday's Division I needs to redeem themselves, and the only way to do that is to create more drama. So I'm not wishing the invisible wall on anyone else, but that's the kind of drama I'm talking about here. Boise, as we talk about that, running in 9th place. This is going to be a recovery drive for him. He's not going to get back on the podium or anywhere near it, but I'm trying to get as many points as he can.
I think he's trying to stretch this too. He came out after fixing his damage. He came out on racing hard tires, so
Try to take it to the end. What else
I
can
think
you do?
so. Save what you can.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think he's going to gain any positions doing that, but maybe can keep from losing anymore. Of course,
Right.
you know, points are points. This track is just too fast, and there aren't enough opportunities to make up time on people to fight against folks who've got a nice slipstream and a good bump draft going. Ooh, I need a sip of water.
Yeah, these guys are doing. I'd like to see what the delta is between a Fluxy Kill and Jorge. It was at about 6 seconds, so he's probably, I gotta assume he's probably around the 7.5 second mark now, but
6.2?
Yeah, 6.2. He's doing well, he's holding on. And Crawlers looks like he's actually closing in on Jorge, so they're doing well.
Yeah, doing all right. He had a bad corner angle somewhere there, maybe in the chicane, or is it here? Touching the wall. Yeah, that'll do it. He was losing time by the time that we saw him.
No damage though, so now you got 3 cars. Yeah.
This guy's car is made out of adamantium.
Right.
He found the power livery. Goodness me.
Well. But JP Scale, Doodlebob's got Crawler. They'll be closing in on Jorge rapidly. Probably by the time they get to turn 1 here, so.
Especially after that bobble. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you'll have 4 cars trying to run down the leaders. Top 2.
Oh man, if I'm the leaders, I'm scared. JP Scale purple again. I wonder if he's gonna take the fastest lap. Oh, that's the last sector. That was Doodlebob actually though that took the fastest lap right behind him with a 1:45.2. I mean, he's got the most slipstream right now. He's sitting pretty. He's running this whole track. Stay on board with him.
These 4 need not too much fighting. Work together. We'll catch those leaders. Make this a 6-car finish.
There's a chance. There is a chance. Every one of these cars can still win this race. Everyone first through 6th if they work together. Can't wait for the betrayals though.
Right?
Who breaks rank first, you know? I like to be the betrayer, not the betrayed.
Yes, absolutely.
Give you a kind bump draft and then dive in the corner.
Yeah.
Doodlebop fell a little bit behind there in that last corner. Not too far though. I mean, he's still within a second, but didn't get as good an exit as he should have. We try to make up for a lot of it under the braking, but you know, the tires, you gotta try to save the tires. Fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, JP Scale had a pretty slow chicane there. He's flashing the lights and apology, I think. Sorry, I fell behind, but I mean, I'd rather, you know, slow it down, back the corner up, brake a little bit earlier, and go slow to the chicane and catch back up by the end of this fast part here, than to crash. You know, the dirty air is so serious around here.
JP with another little wiggle.
getting sketchy, and I think I saw the crawler get alongside Jorge for a moment there, close to. I don't know if that was necessarily a move for position or what, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that, see if he's trying to get around him. How close are they to if looks could kill? So we got Regalado still leading if looks could kill here. I mean, shoot, Papa, you think maybe there'll be betrayal amongst the teammates too? Who knows?
Yeah, I guess that would come down to where they're running in points.
Yeah, they're running in lockstep right now. But how long does that last? We have
Right.
9 minutes left in the race. They're still 6 seconds ahead of Jorge, so Jorge isn't catching them as quickly as we would think, but that tire differential is going to come into play. And
Yes.
when it does, he may catch quickly.
He's got to close about a second a lap here if he wants to be there at the end. We're down to 9 minutes, so we're only talking like 5 laps. 5 laps and just under 6 seconds behind. So they gotta put some work in.
That's a lot, but he's got some help. He's got some help.
Yep.
But so do these two. We've got if look to kill in his teammate slipstream. You can see drivers a little bit offset, running a little bit higher on the banks as the air does move. So that slipstream isn't going to be right up behind his bumper. It's going to be a little bit off to his right, higher on the bank. These three drivers really lead on the brakes in turn one. I mean, every time I see, I think we're just traumatized. I mean, even with drivers like this, I hold my breath as I see people braking in turn one.
Yes.
Just waiting on it. But no, everyone's through neatly. The Not Crawler and Jorge have been working together for a very long time. Ooh, Jorge, purple in the first there. Nice. He's putting it on because maybe he heard you say he's got to find a second a lap. It's down to 5 seconds. You got close. When you said that, it was 5.8. He's trying to do it. Not Crawler sticking right to him. JP Scale is right there as well. Bob a little bit further back, but close enough to be in the slipstream. I don't think he's left behind. I think that gap has just grown a little bit on him. Mr. Racing and Left to Pass You are not going to be in this fight. They're about 7 seconds back after that last set of pit stops there, so probably won't see much from them. What do you think? Do you think these guys are going to catch up?
Yeah, I don't know. They're doing well, and if I'm JP Scale and Doodle Bob, you like to know that you're there. You're still in the fight, but you've got to hold on to Crawler and Jorge, which is not going to be an easy task.
No, it might be one of the hardest tasks that anyone's ever asked to do. No, I don't think I see any chance at racing in a Division I race, but I imagine it's just nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, those two together were faster than the leaders before that last pit. So, and they're closing now, so we know they're faster.
I was gonna say they're still faster than the leaders. The cars snake through turn 1, 2.
Wow, okay. What happened to If Looks Could Kill? How did he fall back?
Oh.
Jorge's loving this. I mean, they're only 2 seconds behind If Looks Could Kill now.
Wow. I do wonder what happened. Did we have a replay maybe? No replay of what might have happened. Probably just a small bobble, but
I wonder if it was possibly a pin coming out of the chicane.
Maybe. Could be a chicane pin, or maybe just a bad exit from the chicane. With high-speed tracks like this, small mistakes will catch drivers up to you because they're going 150 mile an hour. Another bump there. The Crawler and Jorge definitely smell blood, and opportunity for Not Crawler to get on the podium if he and Jorge can get past If Looks Could Kill. We've only got 5.5 minutes left to do it. That's just a few laps around here. Maybe we'll get 3 or 4 laps for these guys.
Yeah, this couldn't be a better scenario for Jorge and Crawler. Being able to catch the big pace team one at a time. They just got to stay hooked together, and they'll mow them right down.
Yep, just 3 seconds for Jorge to Regalado now.
Yeah.
It's really coming down to it, but it will come down to that final lap. Look at how much they are closing on if looks could kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be hearing the saxophones getting very, very loud. And look at that closing speed on the brakes for Jorge. If looks could kill cannot answer on acceleration, so Jorge is there now.
And he's got the fresher tires.
He does,
Jorge's,
and he's already going for it. Jorge could clean the soot off of looks could kill tailpipes right now if he wanted to. He's right there. And then Regalado, I mean, he's running alone, but he's susceptible. It's 2.5 seconds now from Jorge to Regalado. So he lost half a second. So Jorge, ooh, just from the start-finish line, if looks could kill, really struggling to get that car stopped and turned. He takes as wide a line as possible, probably still in tire saving mode, but it ain't the time.
we're
Look,
fast
you gotta
here.
go. You gotta go. Jorge with great acceleration onto the high banks here. Gonna have to find that slipstream. There he goes. He gets in it. You think he goes for a move into the bus stop now? Maybe.
I don't know.
He's getting that push. There's a crawler to help him. If looks could kill, is gonna go defensive, but maybe too defensive. I think that's that might be a all right. Go ahead. I'm not gonna fight you. Oh, slide by slide through there, and the crawler's gonna go through as well. They touch. A little bit of touching there. I think everyone got through. No penalties, though, that I can expect, but both drivers getting through, not Crawler, onto the podium, and he is going to try to betray Jorge. I know he is. Jorge's got to be on notice now, and Jorge does look like he might take a more defensive line headed towards turn 2 because the Crawler is right there, and he really can't risk letting him get past him. Crawler might keep pushing. Nope. Yep, shows the nose right there, tries to throw Jorge off his game. Jorge able to keep it together into turn 1, but this is a 5-way battle here. That's or 4-way. Jorge, Crawler, looks to kill, JP Scale, Doodlebob. Sorry, that is 5 cars. I can count. Jorge is not safe. He is trying to chase Regalado, but I think he's lost his help. I don't think the Crawler's going to help him anymore. Maybe in this last
2 laps left, so
2 laps left. Yeah, he might get one last bump headed into the chicane, or if that doesn't result in a pass, maybe towards turn 1. But not Crawler knows it's time to stop playing nice and get ahead of him.
He's about to lose 2 more spots on this straight, I think.
Yeah, he just might. You know, if he can't keep it together, he is in not Crawler's slip. He's going to try to go down as low as possible on the bank there. He went quickly to try to get JP Scale out of his slipstream. He's probably going to stay defensive here again.
Yeah, Doodle couldn't hold on to JP Scale, so that was a benefit to if looks could kill.
He's not going to pick anything up there. JP Scale does not try to make a move. Ooh, if looks kill really cut that by a lot. Gets a decent enough exit that JP Scale's not able to drive around him, but not that great because JP Scale can get alongside. Doodlebob is right there, and he's bobbing back and forth a little bit of netcode going on there.
Jorge's caught the leader.
I see Jorge is now, caught up to Regalado, and he's trying to go around the outside for turn 1, and the Crawler trying to get in there too. The Crawler not able to make it happen, but Jorge does. Around Regalado for P1 behind them. You got 2 wide into turn 1 as well. We're going to look at this replay here of Jorge catching up to Regalado. Gets the push from the Crawler as he closes, and the Crawler tried to follow him, but Regalado did a fantastic job not letting him do that. He outbrakes him. Actually, maybe the Crawler backed out of that, thinking better up it.
Regalado's tires are worn. Crawler got by him.
Jorge. Crawler got by him. Yep, that's Crawler in the second place there.
Lap traffic ahead of Jorge.
Leads this race from 8th place to 1st place. The Crawler behind him in 2nd. You've got Regalado, who led most of the race, in 3rd behind him. This will be the last lap for these drivers here. They're behind them. We had a battle going on there for 4th. Yep, in the 4th place, you got JP Scale, who's gotten ahead of Doodlebob. And if Looks to Kill has fallen down to 6th place, so Looks to Kill has lost out completely here from 2nd to 6th. Jorge.
If I'm Crawler, I'm licking my lips for this win.
I'm
He's in
definitely looking
perfect
to get a
spot.
better exit out of the chicane here. Jorge will have to be on his horse and force the crawler to go around the outside. The crawler came out of the chicane really well
Ooh,
to get
there
a
he goes.
good run in the slipstream, and he's going to go around the outside and try his best to drive around Jorge. He's got the drive right now. Jorge looking to stay close to him, maybe try to get him with some side draft. He's going to try to take the shortest line he can, but not.
Oh,
Crawler takes first place, crosses the line ahead of Jorge in the drag race.
wow.
Third, you got Regalado. JP Scale will take fourth, Bob in fifth. Mr. Racing is about to cross the line in
If
sixth.
looks could kill out of gas.
In seventh, if looks could kill, runs out of fuel. He's in eighth place now, but will he get past Cyrus Nicky? Getting passed by Rusty. Another drag race to the end. Rusty Maggots into eighth place. Can
Oh
Cyrus
my
take that?
lord.
No, Cyrus for ninth. They both pass. If looks could kill, who will cross the line in 10th place. He should not get caught up by. He won't get caught up by Voidy, who I saw back there. This is the pass. The pass from
Place.
Mr. Racing on
Yep.
Cyrus Nicky. I think I just saw if looks to kill maybe leave the lobby. A little bit of anger there, I would imagine.
Oh, I would be upset too.
I think this
They
replay
ran
might
such a
before
perfect race.
They were.
Look at this move on the
Just
outside.
barely getting past Cyrus Nicky there. There's if looks to kill all the way off to the side. I'd be totally dejected. I mean, a podium
Yeah.
at the very least was still within grasp, but unfortunately runs out of fuel there. He did lead his team
Wow.
for so long. Not lead, sorry. He stayed behind Regalado for so long. So unfortunately just didn't make it. Wow.
Man, what a race. God, I love Daytona.
It's so good. Came down to a drag race just like it did on Thursday night, didn't
It
it?
did. Yep,
Nice.
exact same move.
You gotta love it. So do me a favor, please read off our finishing order for us, Papa.
Absolutely. With the win, we have VIP's Not Crawler. Again, everybody in Vipers with a total time of 1 hour, 16.973 seconds, with only 35 thousandths of a Delta win over Jorge Sr. for P2. Our Mr. R. Regalado with big pace, finishing up our podium in P3. Then we have VIP JP Scale, Doodle Bob, Sector 7's Mr. Racing, VIP's Left to Pass You, Sector 7's Rusty Maggots finishing out our top 8. In ninth, we have VIP Cyrus Nicky GT, Voidsy, able to come across in P10. FAF Swizzle will come in P11. VIP Player will be P12. If looks could kill, looks like he'll finish. Actually, he should be in P10.
Yeah.
Again, we have issues with the scoreboard there. But man, what an amazing race. Again, battles throughout the field, final lap, the drama, the intensity, the strategies. I just love this place.
Yeah, that was amazing. Some triumph, definitely a lot of heartbreak.
Yeah.
For if looks could kill for sure. Regalado, of course, still on the podium, but will regret
Yep.
not keeping that first place there.
Yeah.
It sounds like maybe that medium stint wasn't it. I thought it was, but I expected everyone else to get back on the hard
So
on
did
that,
I.
after that
Yeah.
pit stop. Yeah. Well,
But
anyway,
again, this is why they're the A+ drivers, and I'm about to lose my
To lose my
that's
They
why
know
we
what they're
talk
doing.
about it. Yep. We
Yep.
just talk about it. They do the racing. So have our podium uh drivers here for their interviews. We've got Jorge, Crawler, and or actually,
Rodrigo.
yeah, we have Rodrigo. Okay, got it. So we do have all of them. Well, I'm looking for Jorge. I just can't see his name on the thing. But anyway, guys, congratulations to all of you on the podium. Every last one of you had a fantastic race. Crawler No,
Yeah,
Jorge. Sorry. Okay,
me.
so I thought I just wasn't seeing him. So it's gonna be Crawler and Rodrigo, aka Rodrigo Regalado. So Crawler, I mean, you won this thing at the last minute, literally, pretty much the last turn. You stayed in it with Jorge. When you lost your teammate, um, I mean, what was going through your head? Is it like, hey, do I work with Jorge? Do I fight him? Like, what made you make your decision?
So hey, thanks for doing the broadcast for our VIP inaugural league. It's great to see you again, Tati. You know I checked them valve stems. You know I haven't forgot about them now. And Papa, good to see you too.
Good to see you, sir.
Oh,
Congratulations.
them boys on the track slept on me from the first race. They were like, Crawler's not gonna fuel save. He's just gonna run, he's gonna send it. He's not a fuel save. Nah, I had time in the lab this week to dial in. So huge difference. Huge difference. And that first race was like glitched out and net code left and right, the whole nine. But as for my teammate Voidsy, oh man, I felt
Ah,
it from I felt it because he was slowing down big pace on the hards, which was benefiting everybody else behind that could keep the pace and the slip with them.
yeah.
And when that happened, it's a huge bummer. And I think me and Jorge, like, we tried to evade as best as we could, and we kind of like touched a little bit, but we didn't acquire any damage. And then me knowing Jorge and how awesome of a driver he is, I was like, all right, I got Jorge still here to work with. I know he wants to fight for the podium. So I'm gonna just stick with him, and we communicated with each other through our turn signals and stuff. So I flashed him to let him know I was gonna help him. He gave me the turn signals to let me know to take the inside. We kind of like alternated positions so that way we could save up on fuel going into the pits for the second stint. Um, I think he had a nice little jump on me in the pits to get out by like 2 seconds, and I think he realized real quick that it'd be more beneficial for him to just ease up a little bit on the infield so that I can catch up to him, so that we have a fighting chance for a big pace for the podium.
Yeah, that seemed to be exactly what happened. I mean, you guys did come out and you were
Perfect.
separated. But I mean, you two definitely put on an absolute masterclass in working together and using the slip, even as just a two car, just as a couple there. Papa, any questions for Crawler?
I guess my question, Crawler, is when Big Pace got separated there in those last couple of laps, if they wouldn't have, do you think you guys would have been able to catch them?
Oh
You were
yeah,
cl-
for
you guys
sure,
were
for
you guys
sure.
were starting pretty quick.
They were dropping off really quick. I'm pretty sure that their tires were in a worse condition for how hard they were pushing,
Yeah,
and you saw them lose some fuel at the end too. So
yeah.
I was doing the gritty in my mind when I seen their pace slow up. I was like, ain't no way these guys are getting away from me and Jorge. Ain't no way. We are moving right now.
You guys
So
were. You were indeed.
yeah. But it was a good team effort between me and Jorge just to pick each other up on the fly like that. And you can tell an experienced driver from an inexperienced driver, because an inexperienced driver will just try to keep on battling you left
Right.
and right. Whereas Jorge, he was, willing to work with me. He would try to give me some looks and stuff to see if I got shaken in my boots a little bit for maybe like a dive on the inside or something. But he already knows. He already knows I got that swag on the track. So he decided for us to work with each other and hunt these guys down.
Nice. Well, you guys, great work. I mean, you guys did great work.
Thank you. And I just want to give a shout out, to my mom for always supporting me. I'm a 38-year-old man, but hey, I'm always my mom's baby. So shout out to her to support me even as an adult in my sim racing adventures. Shout out to all my VIP teammates, VIP Crasher for always supporting us hardcore compared to anybody else in the GT7 community and her
Right.
boyfriend Black. And shout out to all the Upshift commentators for joining in with us to get this league up and running. And shout out to Lefty for you know, running the show and like making this thing run as smooth as possible. And I want to thank all the racers for joining in on this league and competing and doing what they can and helping us improve our league so that way we can, you know, set better leagues out there for the community along with NRL, PHG, S7R, all the other leagues out there. You know, we just want to share our passion with everybody else to keep this ball moving because GT7 is getting old. So we're just still trying to keep it interesting and fun for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. Leagues are definitely the way of the world right now.
For sure. Carla, thank you so much for joining us.
We just need a Beetle league now.
Yeah, hey, that
I
Beetle
do
would
a
have
Beetle
lost
league.
that slip on the straight, but I would
Oh
have
yeah,
gained it right back on that infield. I'll tell you that much.
absolutely, absolutely.
Oh man, the Beetle. Wow. Thanks, Crawler. Jorge, second place for you, not for lack of trying. Jorge, I feel like we're besties. I talked to you so much in these interviews. You might as well. I'm gonna give you my phone number. You can just call me. We can just talk 'cause if we're gonna keep meeting this way. But Jorge, second place. I mean, you fought hard. You came in from eighth place. What happened in quali? Like, were you expecting that to qualify better?
Uh, Not really. I mean, I didn't work anything out with my teammate so that I was basically just on my own, hoping to, catch slipstream from someone else. So I was pretty much expecting that, especially in practice. I saw the times that the guys that were running together were doing 45 zeros or 45 ones. So I knew, unless I get lucky, get behind someone in the perfect spot in qualifying, that I'll probably be down in the order. But I watched Thursday night's race and I saw what Wid did. So, and this race, there's so much slipstream, so much jockeying back and forth potentially, or you just get in a to kind of keep up with the leaders. So, being in the midfield was not a big deal. I wasn't really worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously worked out in your advantage, and now I understand what happened. So, in the race, you had cooperation. You pretty much ran most of that race with a partner or a buddy of some sort. Now, at the end of it, once you guys got past if looks could kill and Regalado, you had to know the betrayal was coming from the crawler. Um, had
Of
to.
course, yeah.
But I mean, did you think that you could hold him off? I mean, the pace was just insane from the crawler. Were you gonna be like, all right, it just kind of is what it is. If he gets past me, he gets past me. Or do you wish you'd have kept that first place?
Well, yeah, obviously I would have liked to finish in first. I had saved enough fuel for that exact scenario to where I was not short shifting on the final lap. And coming out of the bus stop, I had enough fuel to rev it out, or up to red line basically. And so I thought that might be enough. If he was low on fuel or whatever. So I thought, maybe somewhere in that last lap, I would have been able to build a gap with the extra fuel, or build enough of a gap coming out of the bus stop. Although I don't even remember my bus stop exit. I mean, I completely forgot how to take the bus stop that entire race and qualifying. I get the yips with the bus stop, right? Completely forget what I'm doing through there. Like some days I'm nailing it, and some days I'm like, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do here. And today was one of those days where every bus stop was bad. And so, I mean, if I would have had a better bus stop on the last lap, maybe it would have been different.
I know exactly what you mean. What you mean. I'm exactly the same way with the bus stop there, and you're right. It does feel like you either have it super dialed in, and it's like the easiest thing in the world to be fast in, or you just kind of like crawl through it like an awkward giraffe every time.
Right.
That is
That's
where
how
he
I
got
get
you.
through it.
He got you on that bus stop exit. But hey, you held it down, Jorge. Fantastic run for
Yeah,
you in your very first race in the VIPGT World League. We appreciate you seeing you, man, and I hope to see you next time.
Great. Thank you.
congrats, Jorge.
Hey, thanks, Papa.
That's it, Papa. You ain't got nothing else to say to your champion.
Hey, Jorge
Champion in
knows
your league.
everywhere Jorge goes, he's in first or second. He
You're
knows.
sick of it.
I I build Jorge up every time I talk about him. The guy is amazing. He's super fast. He knows it. He's a very competent
All
driver.
right.
And
All right. Let's move on to the next question.
hey, he I mean, like you said, Jorge, earlier, you said that you watched the race from Thursday, and how Wid did it. Obviously, you saw how Wid made the pass for the win. So, I mean, it was really in Daytona coming off that bus stop. You don't want to be the car in the lead, and it's so
Right.
hard to defend that you did the best you could. Proud of the race you had. Like I said, you had a teammate the whole time. It was an impressive run, like Tati said, from eighth to leading until the last turn. It was just impressive. Very well
Yeah.
done. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, shout out to Crawler for following me along part of the
Yeah,
race and,
you
working
guys work
together.
great
So
together.
yeah, it worked out for us.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Rodrigo took third place. Is currently sitting in first in the drivers' championship and the team championship for Big Pace. Rodrigo, I mean, it nobody ever wants to not take the win. I'm curious about that strategy up front, taking the medium tire versus the hard. What made your team go with that strategy?
Yeah, we just wanted to undercut the first stint. That's it, really.
Got it. Well, you did manage to do that. You made those mediums last to within 2 laps of the
Yeah.
hard runners, of course. So I mean that's super impressive. It's a shame that if Luz Could Kill ran out of fuel there. Do you have any insight into what happened to him?
I mean, if you want me to be honest, he was asking me what to do for fuel, and I told him like keep doing the same we're doing because we're good for fuel. And then he started. I mean, I guess it's one of those things where you make one mistake and it spirals into another and spirals into another. He was going beyond the optimal shift point and wasting more fuel than he should have. So we were never in a situation where we should have run out of fuel, but it's just shit happens.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, shit does happen, but you know what? You managed to hold on to third place and keep your composure, even as you got passed by first and second, and fourth was right there behind you. But you held on to that last podium spot to get those points for your team. So I want to say congratulations, and you put on a great race.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, and you guys, from lap one to second to final lap, you guys were nose to tail. Amazing, amazing teamwork through the pits, through the traffic. It was amazing to watch. It was fun to watch. Um, it, and for me personally, it was kind of a bummer to see you guys fall apart like that with the last couple of laps. But man, like Tati said, congratulations on the P30. You held off those couple of cars that were still coming. You got what an amazing race, guy. What an amazing race.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you guys. So we'll
Thank you.
hopefully see you guys for more interviews soon. But let's talk about this next event coming up on August 6th. So we're going to have a week break. This will be in 2 weeks. On Thursday, we're going to Europe. It's the first of the European races, round three. The theme is to master the rain. So do you
Oh,
think there'll be rain?
dirty
Perhaps.
word. Dirty word.
Dirty word is funny. Oh man, well, yeah, there will be wet weather conditions in the next race, of course, and well,
Yeah.
what can you do? So we'll be at Spa for Division 1. The
Uh,
Division 2 race will be Oh, that reaction was great.
yeah.
Division 2 will be at Red Bull Ring. So yeah, both tracks that can have absolute torrential downpours.
Yes.
I mean, a little
And
bit drizzle.
they're classic circuits for rain. Um, and we've done it even in the dailies, nations, manufacturers, multiple times at both races. So everybody should have enough experience. Now they just got to work on their strats to get them right. But yeah, it should be great racing.
That's right. I expect all of these drivers to have the experience to control their cars,
Yeah,
but there's always something, right? What's the fuel situation? What's the tire situation? So,
right.
yeah, that'll be exciting to see for sure. And then, well, I already said what the two tracks are going to be. So, man, I hate to say it, but I think we might be at the end of like Yeah, it's time to wrap it up. So, well, it's been a great pleasure, of course, to commentate on my second race here with VIP. This has been round two, the Saturday races. We got 2 weeks till the next one, so hope you guys don't miss us too bad here. It is
Right.
goodbye from me. Definitely can't wait to see you all again, Papa.
Yeah, and I'll be here. Not like Tati said, in 2 weeks. I'll be here for all the races again. I can't wait to get them going. I'm not a fan of racing in the rain, but I love watching and commentating on the rain races. So there's always something to talk about when it comes to rain races.
It's a
So
great
yeah,
equalizer.
yes, exactly. And anything can happen at any turn, any moment. It's going to be great racing again. Spa and Red Bull Ring. You can't go wrong in the rain with those.
Well, I can't wait for it. We'll see you guys all the next time. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel you're watching. If you're on TK's channel, definitely support him. If you are over on the Upshift Media channel, please like and subscribe. And then click on that QR code. Is it coming up? Not click on it, but open it up. I don't think we have it on the screen right now. There is a link pinned in the chat, wherever you are on YouTube, to donate to Upshift Media so we can continue to bring you some of this incredible league racing that we're experiencing now.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys.